Hello again, everyone. Nice to see you here. Welcome back to another Interloper tutorial. So if you haven't seen it already, I have a 6-hour walkthrough of Interloper from start to bow in just a few hours. And I explain everything and narrate everything I'm doing. Well, I'm going to do another one today. I've been asked if I could do a few of these where you have different spawn locations that could be tricky to do, such as Ash Canyon or Tin Wolf Mountain or Hushed River, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start a new Interloper run, but in Ash Canyon, and I'm going to show you how to survive in that region. Now, Ash Canyon is actually one of my favorite spawns because there's a lot of great stuff you can do there. It's a fantastic region. A lot of people will prefer something like Hushed River Valley as a good spawn because there's a lot of loot you could get there if you know what you're doing. But I think I really prefer Ash Canyon because you can get the technical backpack right away. And there's all sorts of things you can do in it. You can actually survive in Ash Canyon by itself if you want. You can easily survive for dozens of days without even leaving after spawning if you want. But today we're mostly going to just look at what happens if you spawn in Ash Canyon and how you can get the technical backpack pretty fast and just survive in the region and then leave for Tin Wolf Mountain and eventually Pleasant Valley. So we're going to do that today. So let's hop into survival mode and start a new run. And let's get rid of this text as well. Okay, so normally you would do an interloper run, but because of choosing the starting location this time, we're going to do a custom run. Now, technically, there are a couple of minor differences between a custom interloper and a regular interloper. A custom interloper, for some reason, parasites that last 10 days rather than 20. And I believe cabin fever kicks in a bit later. But I'm not sure about that one. I haven't tested it. But anyway, there seems to be a few minor intricacies between custom and regular interloper for some reason. But for our practical purposes, that's not going to make a difference. So we're just going to do a regular interloper run, nothing changed, just standard interloper stuff. And then we're going to choose Ash Canyon, and that's pretty much the only difference. We'll go with the usual Astrid, voiced by Jennifer Hale, because that's just a cooler voice, I guess. That's what people want, so let's go for that. And on a normal interloper run, you just have 2 feats, not 5, so we're only going to choose 2. In my previous tutorial, I explained all of the feats in detail, but in short, you want to go for this one, the Snow Walker, because you can run a lot more in the early game when you're going to be cold. And you can also use it in the late game, because you're going to run from base to base a lot in the late game, so it could be handy then too. And then the best thing is Cold Fusion. There's quite a lot of food in Ash Canyon, especially cattails, so you don't need a fishing machine, but you can go for it if you want. But Cold Fusion it is. So let's do that. Let's start. Hail to the chief. That could be our run. Let's go. Okay, so let's see what spawn we get. Ash Canyon is one of the few places where you can spawn, and you can actually spawn right next to a wolf, which is really weird. I don't know why they have that, but okay. Let's see where we are. David Mammoth. Great. We are... Yes, we are in that spawn. See? A wolf right away. I literally just spawned and there's a wolf. How fun is that? Well, actually these wolves are not dangerous at all. I can show you. Just head down here and down to this down here. Let's get around. We're a little bit on the wrong side here. So let's get around them. See, this wolf is not attacking because this wolf is engaged. Oh, this could be a little tricky. Let's go, run. And we're safe. Now we're safe. You see, these wolves can't attack you anymore because there is an invisible barrier that goes across. See? He will just stop. And that's because there's this invisible barrier that is between Angler's Den and the waterfall. So the wolves will not actually attack you. They'll just stand here. And a little trick for wolves. Only one wolf can attack you at a time. So if one wolf is attacking you, the other one will just be passive. See, now this one's attacking me, the other one's passive. Now this one is attacking me. And you can just stand there and have fun with them. Yeah, you enjoy yourself. So yeah, you're perfectly safe because there's this invisible barrier that prevents them from actually reaching you, which is always fun. So yeah. So you don't have to worry about the wolves. Okay, now with that in mind, it was a little bit unfortunate that I spawned and there were 3 wolves around me, including one in front of you. But once you get across the line, you're okay. Okay, so the first thing you want to do now, okay, it's midday, that's nice, we got light. Now you want to get cattails. And there's a lot of cattails in Ash Canyon. There's about 400 of them. It's the most cattails in any one region. So in terms of food and tinder, you really don't have to worry about anything. It's perfectly safe. Now before we continue getting cattails, you want to head up here. Let's grab some sticks. Head up here to this fire pit. And there's usually tomato soup here. Here it is. I believe this is always here. And then we can head back down and we can continue getting cattails. So let's just do that. Get as many as we can. Yeah, let's get this one on this side as well. You don't have to worry about the wolves. They're growling, they're annoying, but they're not going to attack you. You're perfectly safe. I'm going to draw you a little map once we got situated as well. Alright, so let's see. Let's grab a couple of these as well to deter wolves. And we have a little bit lucky in that it's daytime and therefore light. So this one is a little bit easier as opposed to if it was the dark. But I'll explain all about that once we get to Angler's Den. For now, it's just around the corner. But for now, you want to just get all of these cattails and the sticks you can find. So we have food. You can even go for well-fed from day 1 in Ash Canyon. It's really not a big deal. Alright. Let's go across the other side of the ice a little bit. See if there's some more cattails. Here's a few. Let's get those to the wolves. I'm not going to attack you here either. So you don't have to worry about them. Don't worry about the cold. You want to get food. And straight ahead should be Angler's Den. You can recognize this little big tree that's fallen over here. That this is where it will be. And you can see it there. So that's where you want to go first. And you're completely safe. Wolves are not going to bother you here. Let's pick up sticks, because you might need wood. Okay. Yeah, let's grab this. And also a marine flare spawned outside. That's lucky. That's not always there. At least that's one of the first times I've seen it there. Okay, so the thing is, when you get to Angler's Den now, we are safe, we're warming up, we can find the matches. And in fact, the matches are right here. That's the matches. They are guaranteed, they'll always be there. The thing is, however, you could spawn in Ash Canyon and have this spawn, and it's night or evening, in which case you'll come in and you won't see anything. It will be really dark. And if that happens, what you can do is you can place a can, and once you enter the door, you pretty much just head straight ahead until you see that it's kind of like this, and then you look down until it's like this. You crouch until you see it's going down like it's supposed to, like it's switching levels, you know, which it means you're looking at the bench, and then you just look to the right, and you won't see it, but you can see that there's a crate. You'll see it says crate. So once you see it says crate, yeah, and you just move a little bit to the right, and then you keep looking like this, and you'll see it will say wood matches, and you'll find it. So that's how you find the wood matches in the dark.
Hope nobody needs this.
And there we go. So now we got matches. There we go. Granola bar. We don't really need these. And dog food. We'll take the diary page. Sewing kit. We'll take the book. We'll open this. And I guess we'll take this. We'll take the cloth. Reclaim wood. Reclaim wood. Open the drawer. And there's arrowheads in there. Open the trunks. Nothing in the trunks. Oh, we got a cooking pot. And wow, look at that. There's more matches. That's lucky. These are random ones. These are not fixed. There's only one guaranteed box of matches, not two. But we're only going to need one, though. You don't need two of them. So that's a luxury option right there. That's lucky. I'm going to take this book as well. Okay, so we don't have any water. And you could actually camp here until morning. But I think we want to actually go to Minus Folly and stay there instead. And take advantage that it's a nice weather. And it's not that cold either. The only thing is we kind of need torches. So what we might do is we will spend one match to light a fire with the book. And we'll get some torches and we'll make a quick pot of water as well while we're at it. Oh, we failed. So we're spending match. Now I could just use the flare that I found, and I could light the flare. And if I fail, I'll just use the flare again. So you'll eventually light the fire using just the flare. But because it's a marine flare, I might want to use it, hang on to it as an emergency against wolves. So we're not going to stay here very long because I want to take advantage of the weather. But we're going to cook a little bit of water. So let's just do this. Let's put in one of these. And let's see, we got one clothing. What kind of clothing do we have? Decent clothing, I guess. Let's see, we got a little bit of wood, a little bit of this and that. We could repair this actually, I suppose. We might actually do that, or try. But I'm not going to because I don't have bandages. So I'm instead going to make a bandage. There we are. How's this looking? 14 minutes, in which case we'll break this down. Warming up a little bit too. Let's boil dry. And we're going to put on this and then take torches. Because we want torches against these wolves. And because it's early game, you want quite a lot of torches because you're going to need it for warmth and for light. I'm actually going to put another one of these because I want more torches. More is better. I'm getting some good torches there too. Alright, so let's go. So before we leave, let's go over the plan. I'm going to tell you what's going to happen now. Okay, so bear with. I'm going to switch to paint of all things. So here we are. This is the map of Ash Canyon, and I'm going to use the charcoal map rather than the whiteberry maps because that's what you would use, or rather this is what you would see if you used charcoal. So we are now right here in Angler's Den, smack in the middle of Ash Canyon, and we want to go up here to the gold mine and get the good loot. We want to get the backpack and the crampons, I guess, but they're not that important. Now, the wolf barrier I talked about is actually a wolf barrier protecting you from being attacked in Ash Canyon around Angler's Den. The wolf barrier goes roughly like this, in a line like this, and around like something like this. And then there's another barrier around here, and these keep wolves out. So as you saw when I spawned, the wolves cannot cross these lines. And there's another barrier about, I think this is the passage right here. So that means that there's wolves here, and there's wolves here, and I think there's another barrier. It goes around, the bridge is more or less, it's around here. So that means that you are perfectly safe in your little hut. You will never get attacked by wolves as long as you keep in this area. And there's some rabbits and deer here, so you're perfectly safe. But you're also trapped because there's wolves no matter where you go. Now, how do you get to mining camp? Well, there's three ways. And the one you don't want to take, we're going to just outline first, is to go through the wolves here and up here. And here there's three ropes. Three ropes. First a short one, and then there's a long one. These are not accurate on the map, by the way. I'm just illustrating. And then another long one. And then you have to climb down and get you can't do that because even if you have, I mean, maybe you would be lucky and have the stamina to do that. You could go there right away when you spawn. And maybe you have enough stamina to get up, sure. But it's so risky because if a blizzard hits, and even if you have a bedroll, you can get caught in it. So on my main run, I almost died going up there because I got caught in a blizzard and I didn't have enough wood. So you kind of screwed, and I was too tired. So it's very dangerous. You don't want to go that way. The other way is to go all the way around, and I sometimes do this. I'm not going to do this today, but the other way is to do the looting rounds. So again, you go this way through the walls, and then what you do is you go this way as if you're leaving for Timwolf Mountain. If the weather is good, you want to go up here because there's lots of birch there, so you can get lots of birch tea. Then you head down all the way to the Timwolf Mountain Cave. You go in it to pick up some coal so that you can make hot fires, but you don't leave. Well, you could leave. You could leave right away and go if you want. But what you want to do then is you want to go up, climb up to Climber's Cave, and you can loot some stuff there. Then you go this little trip across these plateaus here up to the Sheltered Cove, which is around here, where there's a bed, and you can sleep at this bed. And you're perfectly safe, as long as you have enough wood, just in case you get cold. Then you can go back to Climber's Cave, loot some stuff and deer carcasses and stuff here, loot cattails here, climb some ropes to High Meadow, and once you're here you can pretty much, if you wanted to, you can go back, you can go down to Homestead's Respite, or Respite, whatever. It is possible to get here without climbing. You can do like a little detour over here. So you can loot that if you want. You don't need to though, you can go this way and cross the bridge to Miner's Folly. You can then loot Miner's Folly and Foreman's Retreat, and then you can continue across the yada yada zigzag lines to the cave, to Gold Mine. We're not going to do that, it's too long. That's something I would recommend doing when you return to Ash Canyon so you can loot the whole area. Instead, what we're going to do the Wolf route, of course, and that is the fastest and safest route. What we're going to do, we're going to go up here through this little waterfall here, this little cave here, takes you through the waterfall, and then you go up here, and there are wolves here, so be careful with that. You go into this little cave that's here. This cave takes you out somewhere over here. I don't remember exactly on the map where it is. And then if we feel safe, we'll go to Miner's Folly, we'll loot Miner's Folly, we'll loot Foreman's Retreat, we'll sleep there, and then we'll head to the gold mine. And that is the route. And once you got the gold mine, you can take the ropes down, and then you can head all the way home to Timwolf Mountain. So yeah, zigzaggy stuff. But yeah, so that's the idea. That's the plan for this run. We're going to go through the walls, up into Miner's Folly, optional Miner's Folly, and head to the mining camp to get the technical backpack, and then head out of here. You can do all this other stuff. You can easily survive in Ash Canyon if you want to, but you don't need to. You can, but you don't need to. There's nothing really like major loot to find here, really. But when you return to Ash Canyon, you should, because there's a lot of hidden secrets in Ash Canyon. So with that in mind, why don't we head back to the game? I don't know if that map was useful or confusing, but you get the idea. Let's go. Okay, we got nice weather. We're going to take advantage of this, and we're going to head out. Okay, look, we're actually barely cold at all because of the weather. It's late in the day. It's not cold yet. So in Interloper, the world gets colder and colder and colder up to day 50. The world will get progressively colder by 20 degrees over the course of 50 days. So, simplified, the world gets half a degree colder every day on Interloper until day 50 when it stops. So, if you have good clothing early on and good weather early on, you won't notice the cold as much. So we're gonna head now up to Miner's Folly. If we can get past the bear that's there, we're gonna loot Miner's Folly as well. But if it's too risky, we're gonna leave it. So if you follow this ramp I just did now, so we spawned right there on this little hilltop right there. That's where we spawned. We went down, stupid wolves, barrier, up to Angler's Den, and now we're going up this ramp here. And there we are. Now, you might think, well, there's nothing here. Well, there's a waterfall, and there's a little path behind the waterfall that will take you up to a wolf den. No matter where you go from Anglistan, there'll always be wolves. You can't escape it, I'm afraid. It's just how it is. Okay, we're gonna try and bring the torch with us, so you can throw that up. Usually you have to throw it on the sides, like this. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's pick up some berries also, so we can make some teas. I don't want to climb, so be careful a little bit where you click here. There we are. It's a little stupid like that. There we are. Let's go up here too. And now we will encounter the wolves of Ash Canyon. And we gotta go through them. But if you have a torch, you will never be afraid of wolves again. Unless there's wind. If there's wind, maybe you should be a little bit afraid, because it can blow out your torch. But if you have a torch, you don't have to worry about wolves, because wolves are afraid of fire. That is to say, the wolves will temporarily stop attacking you if you have fire. And you can use that pause to scare them off. And you can scare them off with just a torch alone, but you can also use a stone. And I'm going to show you. The way it works is, when a wolf charges you, if you have a torch either in your hand or by your feet, the wolf will stop its charge, and then you can scare it off. So we're going to do that right now. If you get too close though, if you like run right into the wolf, they can still attack you. So let's find Wolfie boy. There you are. So now you just wait for him to charge, then you select the stone, and you aim it at him. See? And he runs away. He runs away. So we're gonna walk straight through this little wolf nest. You can drop the torch, scare him off. Go away. I'm even gonna loot these. You can also do this. I even scared away 2 wolves there. Throwing the torch at them will also work. The 4 wolves. Zak against 4 wolves. But you don't need to worry about it. This one also got us scared of just dropping it. The wolves can flee from you simply dropping the torch as well. But it's not guaranteed. You want to see a little trick? Watch this. You can also do that. If you do that, if you charge the wolf, you will scare them away, as if you're charging them. See, we're getting through. Just take your time, don't stress about it, don't panic. Think of the wolves as machines, predictable machines. And there will always be only one wolf at a time that can attack you. So these wolves here are going to ignore you because this wolf is the one that's actually aggroing me. See? And then once he's gone, these other wolves can now attack me. It's like a tandem system for wolves, where only one wolf can actually attack you at a time. If all the wolves are on you at the same time, they're all aggroing you, then what's going to happen is that one of them will stalk you and try and attack you, but the other ones will just passively stand by. See? This wolf now aggroed me and was going to start attacking me, but because this wolf was already attacking me, instead it got afraid and ran off. So see, the wolves are not really an issue. I was now against 4 wolves, and all I had was a torch and some stones. And I don't have to worry about anything. You don't even need the stones. You can just charge the wolf. Or throw the torch at the wolf. So yeah. If you can get through if you go this route, if you can get through these wolves with just a torch, then you will never be afraid of wolves again. Because that means that you handled 4 wolves with 1 torch. Having a stone helps, just 1 stone, because you can scare them off. But you don't need to have it. So again, you drop the torch. Let's do it again. You have the torch, and then you select this, and you can even trigger the wolf. Because if the wolf is heading your way and you aim at the wolf will begin to charge. You'll trigger a charge. And then once he reaches you, because of the torch, he'll run away. So you'll be safe. But you can also throw the torch at him. You can just throw it at the wolf. Or you can sprint at the wolf. However, I highly recommend you do not sprint at the wolf unless you have to. Because it's risky. Sprinting at the wolf will only work if you have enough speed. So if you didn't have enough time to sprint and get the momentum up, if it wasn't enough distance for you to get the sprinting up, then the wolf will still attack you. And if you're heavy, if you're encumbered, it's not going to work. So only do it as a last resort. Now, over to something else. We want to go through here, but the problem is it's wet. And we have a torch. So that's bad. Well, that's actually no problem. I'll show you what you can do. First of all, you take off your clothes. Take them off. Because if you don't have them on you, then they are not going to get wet. Now what about the torch? We can't get through here. In fact, I'm just going to waste a match now for illustration purposes, just to understand what's happening. If I throw this torch through it, it will get doused. And now I'm stuck in the pitch black. So that's no good. So normally people would just cross this water here, and then they would light a torch again on the other side. But you don't have to do that. You can actually get through it by relocating the torch through the water, sorry. So what you do, you place it on the ground, and then you right click on the torch as if you're going to place it somewhere else. As if I'm placing it somewhere else on the ground. Alright? So we're going to do that. Let's just do it. Oops. My bad. I placed it too close to the water there for illustration purposes. Okay. So let's place this on the ground. And then we're going to go through this by right-clicking on it like this. That's me going through it. Let's find somewhere to place it down. This looks good. And you see, it's now burning. And we're through. Ta-da! And then you re-equip this stuff. Put this back on. And you're warming up. Nothing is wet. You're a little cold. But you have your torch. The torch didn't go out. Because you just carried it through and placed it down. And that's all there was to it. So now you know how to cross a waterfall with a torch without actually having the torch go out. Let's check these little side passages because we are going to be traveling in the open quite a bit to get to the gold mine. So doing that, it's nice to have wood. I'm not gonna sprint too much. In fact, I would generally speaking often recommend that when you're indoors like this and you're warming up, you don't sprint. Because you are warming up. So the more time you spend warming up, well, the warmer you get. Well, if you sprint through it, you don't get as much time warming up. But you know, that's it's up to you. Let's check something quick. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Very good. Okay. And we're gonna come up to like an atrium up here soon. It's up there, but let's just check here for more coal. Should make some more torches. I might actually... How many torches do I have? 2. Okay, I might make a fire then in a minute. Just to get some more torches. And we're gonna go to minus folly, I think. We gotta be a little bit careful about the bear though. So there's a rope. And here's a little bit of loot. There's an accelerant, that's nice. More matches, look at that. You can get quite a few matches in Ash Canyon. But again, you don't really need it. So as you can see, I only used 4 matches of my original matches. And one of them was, well actually 2 of them were illustrative because I deliberately messed up just to show you how it worked. So we only really used 2 matches. Okay, now it is actually possible if you wanted to. You know, you're gonna climb this rope now, but the problem is that you can't get this torch up there. It's too awkward. Like you can't throw it high enough. See, it's too high. But there is actually a way to do it, to get it up there. I never actually done it, because I never had a need to, but I can show you how it's done. But before we do that, we need actually some more torches. So we're going to just start a fire. And we can make some water while it's being done.
Come on, little fire.
Let's see here. Let's get some.
Perfect.
Douse this. I might actually make some water while we fiddle around with this stuff. Let's put this on. Take some more of these. Make some more torches. Oh wow, that's a terrible torch, but okay. Get some more torches. I usually dump bad torches, but this early in the run I want all of them. Okay, so let's try this now. So it is possible, it's just it's a little bit boring. I'm gonna give it a try. I've only done it once, but you can go like this and try and throw it up here like that, and then you climb up. And now we're up here. And now we got to get over there, basically. This is a little bit finicky. We're going to give it a try. And walk backwards, because then it's really easy to navigate. If I get lost, I'm just going to light a torch, because I can't do all of it. What? Oh. Okay, I can't see, so I'm just going to light a torch just to see if I can navigate. I am... Oh, that's why I couldn't see. I went in this way, that's why. You can't, yeah, so you come back out here. So now I already have the torch, but you get the idea. You just got to navigate in the dark. It's a little bit difficult. Oh, nice, very nice. And then you gotta go down to that part and then throw it up, I think it is. So, like, you gotta get across. And there we are. I'll actually do like this, because I need to... Let's see if we can get over here. And then you gotta... Let's see, can you get up here? No, you can't. Well, ideally you want to throw it so it lands here, and then you throw it up there, you know. I didn't manage to throw it. But you get the idea. It would then land up there, up right there. It would land. So that's how you would do it, but it's not worth it, because as you could see, it was really hard to navigate. It was really hard to find your way up there. But it is possible to throw the torch. Hold on. It is possible to throw the torch up here. And then you go around, jump down, pick up, throw it up there again, and then go around again. So in theory you could do it. It's just that it's complicated. I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. If you can find a better way, you know, we're happy to, you know, but from here you can't really do it as far as I know. So unfortunately you have to use a match again when you get up there, because it's just too high. You won't be able to reach. It will just do like this. So okay, enough about that. Let's head back up here. So this is a very short climb, and there we are. So now you got all these torches burning. But I'm just going to act as if I didn't do any of this right now. Those were just demonstration torches. If you really, really are that desperate for matches, you can try it. You can throw a torch over there, climb up, try to navigate around, use the cans if you can. But you saw even me, who's been here a few times, I really struggled in the dark. It's really hard. But you can do it, and then you grab it, you throw it up to the next step, go back down, climb around, do it again. But it's a hassle. But if you're really, really desperate for matches, you can do it. But for our purposes, I'm just going to carry a torch, and I made this fire, and then I'm going to pretend as if I climbed up this rope now, and I just lit another torch. Like this. So we now used 2 matches. 2 matches to do this. But normally we'd use 1 match, not 2. So yeah, you get the idea. But anyway, we are now on the upper part of this transition cave. We're now going to come out at the west of Miner's Folly. And we can actually head straight to the gold mine from here. No problem. And especially with this amount of health. But we're going to see if the bear is there. And if it is, if it's clear, we're going to go and loot Miner's Folly. The reason we're going to loot Miner's Folly is, for one thing, you can find a little bit of loot there. You can even find an extra stim if you're really, really lucky. You can also sleep there, so you can get some health back. And you can find a hacksaw there, so that increases our chance of being able to loot the summit if we go there after. So we're going to try. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's late, so it's possible that the bear is sleeping, in which case we're fine. There should also be some wood and other stuff here. Let's see, is the bear visible?
Oh, so cold.
I don't see the bear. But we gotta be careful though. And look around, sometimes there's hidden loot here, like a wool scarf and stuff like that. So let's see here. Is the bear home? The bear is not home. Right now anyway. He will usually be sleeping right here. This is where the bear's sleeping. So let's see. Another reason to bring stones is to distract the bear. Ooh. Prince. So the bear is close. Oh, there he is. Okay, that complicates things, but I would still go. Now, if you are caught in this situation right here, and you think, I'm not doing this, I'm not going to deal with some bear, then what you do right now is you turn around, and you head to the gold mine from here. And stop and light a fire now and then to warm yourself up, but you'll get it just fine. It's no problem. But we're going to take a little break here. We're going to get to Miner's Folly and loot that area, bear or no bear. We could kind of deter him by throwing a torch and then running around on the rocks, but I'm just going to take my time and wait for the bear. He's really blocking the path, so this, what I'm doing now, you should only do this if you feel confident and patient enough. We have a lot of health, we're not really struggling with anything, so we're going to do this. Remember to crouch, that's very important. If you didn't know this already, crouching severely reduces your aggro range. So if I stand up now, the bear will probably just see me right away. But if you crouch, then you become almost invisible to all animals, including wolves and deer and whatever. It really reduces the detection range. Plus he's got his back to me. So it's very easy for me to avoid the bear. because I'm crouching. And I'm gonna loot these two. We're now approaching being safe to just run from the bear. I'm actually going to distract him a little bit by throwing a rock. I only have 2 of them, but throw a rock around there. See if I can get him to turn that way. I think he did turn. He did. So now I can stand up and go. It doesn't even matter if he sees me. See, he saw me. But he's too far away. See? He's too far away to do anything. So we're just going to run. It's going to take too long for him to catch up. I do hate this bear though. This bear has mauled me so many times on my main run. Okay, so in here you have a chance of getting an extra stim. Not guaranteed though. We got it. It's invisible. For some reason, it's invisible. But it is there. Antiseptic and sewing kit. So yeah, we got a stim. Oh nice. That's one of 2 possible bonus stims. Actually it's 3. You can get one in Bleak Inlet as well. The other one is in Broken Railroad. You can get one there. And you can also get this one. And Bleak Inlet can spawn you one in a random first aid kit, but it's very rare. I've never had it happen, but I've seen people get it. Hopefully there's enough light for me to actually loot in here now. It's getting quite dark. Yeah, it's good enough. Metal container. Another reason to go here is cloth. There's not a lot of cloth in Ash Canyon. I don't want to use a match here, even though I would be able to see a lot better if I had a match. But I'm not going to use one. We're going to use one when we get to Foreman's Retreat though. Okay, we're good. But I also want these curtains. You can break down curtains and crates and things. Anything that doesn't require tools, you can break down in the dark. Now, we're going to leave now. We got to crouch because the bear could be outside. So let's just check quickly. That's the bear. There he is. Of course he's going to Foreman's Retreat. Of course he is. That's where we're going, Mr. Bear. Figures. I'll grab these things. Oh, come on, Bear. You're stupid. Why are you going here? Well, that's fine. We're going to follow him again. This time going this long way around. Because there's a little cave. There's actually a bed you can use up here. Ah, yeah, that's the bed I was thinking of. There's a bed you can use there. Sleep in. We're not going to do that, of course. We're going to go to Foreman's Retreat. So this bear is annoying, but you know, he's just a bear doing bear things. So we're going to go up here. He's going to go all the way up to Foreman's Retreat, and then he's going to turn around. You can do like a little crouch walking like that. He can't see me, so he's not a threat. Gotta be a little bit careful when I get there though. So let's see, sometimes there's a Polaroid here. I don't see it now. Okay, I'm heading to Foreman's. So we just gotta be a little bit careful now because of this bear. How close is the bear? There's some birch saplings as well. But we're not going to harvest those because we can't. We're just going to be extra careful with this bear. Okay, we're good. Let's head inside. Alright, so now we can sleep here. We can spend the night here. And I'm going to spend another match in here because we can start a fire while we're at it. And we're going to loot. So we got some food, we got dog food, we got another cooking pot, which is great. Let's look around. Look around. There's some shoes. There's the shoes. That's great. Are they better? They are better. More wood. More cloth. Usually something in here. Yeah, whetstone. And there's usually something under the bed. There we are. Move the trunk. Oh, hat. Oh, nice. And this. Okay. Now I have lit this, so I'm going to light a fire now. So let's do that. And we'll make some water. So you see, it's a treacherous journey to get here. And we didn't even need to get there. We could have gone straight to the gold mine. But I wanted to go here to loot and see what was here. Just in case. I mean, we got a stim out of it, for example. So let's put let's put these quickly woods stuff in there. There's a couple of sticks. Put this in there too. Okay, so I'm gonna put. I don't have a lot of water, so I'm gonna make. Oops, I'm gonna make a lot of water. 2 liters twice. There's 4 liters of water. Let's also eat a little bit. Do I have mushrooms? I don't think I have mushrooms. No. So I'm not eating these things in case they're expired. Because you can get food poisoning from anything. Even if it's like 70%, you can still get food poisoning. Let's harvest some curtains. This torch is going to go out when I do it, but that's okay. Let's grab that. Grab this as well. I want it for repairs. I want it for just cloth itself. As long as you don't use tools, you can break it down. Lizard is outside. There's more. There's one there, and there's 2 here. I want all of this. If I can reach it. Struggling to reach it, apparently. Huh. Why can't I reach it? I can reach this. Oh, this. I can't reach that. Ah, there we are. I wasn't looking high enough. And then there's one more, I think, plus that. I'm grabbing all of this stuff. And there's this, yeah. Okay. And let's also harvest these. If you harvest a torch, you get a stick. It is actually theoretically, well, it is possible to put a stick on a fire and then grab a torch right away and then harvest that torch, put the stick back on the fire and keep doing that, and you will actually add time to the fire. It is possible to do that. Okay, we're gonna use some more sticks to keep this fire going. Let's put, yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we're gonna make, we don't have gloves, so we need these. 37 minutes, that's a bit long. Could we repair something instead, maybe? How long does this take? 30 minutes? 15 minutes. We'll repair, no, that's not worth it. How long is this go left? 13 minutes. Well, we can instead do this. And I'm gonna put on some more water to boil. So we got some more water. Let's eat some more of these. We're gonna keep going for the well-fed. We don't have to go for the well-fed bonus, but we're gonna try. We got crates. So let's put on 1 book and 1 coal. All right. So I want to make the gloves first and foremost. There we are. And now we have gloves. And I want to repair this. 30 minutes. So it'll be warmer, nice. This could be better. Let's pair that too. And now we're approaching the water boiling, I think. 18 minutes. Let's just put on 3 more of these. You repair one more thing, maybe. They're all pretty well repaired, except maybe this. I think I would repair this, actually. It's a decent hat. Oh, I failed. That's annoying. Alright. Let's also do this. And also make this. And we can cook that as well. We don't need more water. Okay. We're pretty well off at the moment. And these I'm gonna destroy. That's a decent amount of torches. Okay, we're good now. But one more thing before I sleep off. Yes, I'm going to harvest those shoes. Not strictly speaking necessary, but we're still going to do it. Just to get leather for curing.
I'm too tired to think straight.
Yeah, for repairing rather. Okay, so now we're going to sleep. I think I'm going to go for the well-fed. I'm going to eat this right away. Gonna gamble that I don't get food poisoning if I need this crap. Let's eat some more of these. We're not going to find any more cattails for a little while now until the gold mine, but that's okay. And in a pinch we'll grab these things. So let's eat this. Could have gotten way more cattails if we wanted to, because there was more around Anglistan, which I didn't go for. And we have a lot of water. Okay, and that storm ended as well. Alright, so we are completely exhausted and we're going to sleep now. It should get colder in the night, but I don't think it's going to go down by -6. And even if it did, it should warm up as the day progresses. So I think you can safely sleep 10 hours here. This might go down to, I would say maybe even 1 degree, but we're not going to die from it. So let's go. Because it will get gradually colder. The coldest is the early morning of the day. That's the coldest. But then it will get warmer and warmer. So here we go. Yeah, it didn't change actually. No, it didn't change at all. I guess that's because we're indoors. When you're indoors, usually it doesn't change, but it can change. I have died indoors as well, so I'm always careful about it. Let's eat a few more of these. Let's eat 4 more of these. And we could sleep even more.
We drink just about anything right now.
But I think it's late enough in the day. I'm going to keep 6 just in case I want to maintain the starvation tactic. Yeah, this is good enough. So we can go now. We're a little bit warmer because we did some repairs as well. And we made these things. We're not going to get any frostbite because all our limbs are covered. Head is covered. Everything is covered. So we're not going to get frostbite now. And now we're going to go to the gold mine. I'm going to head straight there. It's a little bit of a trek. But you're safe once you get past the bear. So it's cold, but it's not mega cold. I'm going to run. You got to keep an eye out for this stupid bear. So where's the bear? Let's grab some of this. We might have to make a fire on the way. There he is. He's not blocking us in, which is good. He's out for a noon walk. Maybe looking for a lost adventurer to have for lunch. A little bit of a snack, or a Zak, I guess. Okay, so now we're heading straight to the gold mine. Now there are no obstacles left for the gold mine, because the bear is behind us. So now the only obstacle for the gold mine now is weather. if it gets very cold, if you get caught in a blizzard or something like that, then you might have to stop and make fires to warm up, but you should keep moving because there's nowhere to camp along the way. From this point onwards, all the way to the gold mine, there's nowhere to camp unless you have a bedroll. If you have a bedroll, you can sleep in a cave. But that's it. There's nothing else. Now, there's a lot of things along the route to the gold mine, though. So for one thing, you can find a rope. So you can attach a rope to get to the gold mine. When we get there, there's a rope anchor. You need to attach a rope to that to climb down. Now, we don't actually need the rope. It's actually pretty easy to climb down without the rope. And I'm going to show you how. But I'm going to do both. I'm going to attach a rope to it because there is a way to do that regardless. So I'm going to do it both ways. And there could be a rope spawning right here at the edge of this bridge here. Let's see if that's the case today. It will usually lay around here. And it doesn't seem like that's the case. No rope. Okay. But we'll keep an eye out because along the route to the gold mine now, you will find some loot. There will be the odd rabbit, there will be the odd sapling, there'll be the odd like drink, like a little campfire. And just before the gold mine, there are two major loot locations. There is a hidden stim, which is always there, a guaranteed stim of Ash Canyon. And there is a possible bear coat. And we're gonna see if the bear coat is there today. And yes, you heard that right, a bear coat. I will explain. There's a campfire. Sometimes you'll find like a drink or something. There's a granola bar hidden in the snow. Yeah, so you'll find a granola bar, drink. I have found a snow shelter here once, but it was destroyed. Okay, so on the way to, if we had a hatchet or hacksaw, we would have taken these down, but we don't have that. Okay, but we might find a hacksaw in the gold mine itself, though, which would be great. So now begins the track. Now, if we hadn't gone to Miner's Folly, if we hadn't gone and looted Miner's Folly and Foreman's Retreat, then you would have just gone here straight away from the cave that I showed you. You defeat the wolves, you go through the cave, and then you do this route. That's how you would do it. Now, these bridges here, don't worry about them. You can't fall through. They are pretty safe. Sometimes there's loot under them, but on Interloper, usually not. Usually the bridges on Interloper doesn't have any like hidden loot on them. There are a couple of exceptions. You'll find some sardines and some other stuff. But on lower difficulties, you can find all sorts of things on the bridges. You can find matches laying on the bridge or under the bridge. It's all sorts of stuff. And they're very safe. You can just walk across them. They do sway, however, and you can fall off them. You fall off them by going on to the side. There's maple as well, so that's good to know. So here's maple. If you want to get our bearings now, we are now above Angler's Den. See right there? That's our home, right there. So we have now gone from here down, and over here's the waterfall. Went in the cave that was over there, went through the cave, and we came out like on that side over there. That's where we are now. But yeah, you don't have to worry about the bridges. It is possible to fall down, but it's extremely rare. Don't worry about it. Now, before you get to the gold mine, there is a little like alcove that is warm. And in that alcove, there's always a bit of loot. Usually you find maybe a rope, and I suspect there is a rope today. You might find a storm lantern or something like that. But there is a chance that a bear coat spawns there. A damaged but ready to wear bear coat, which will give you a huge protection against animals. So it gives you a lot of protection. It will give you warmth, and it's very early game, so you could be really, really well situated. Let's checking under here. Again, here with the bridges, don't worry about them. You can't fall off. You can only fall off through gaps like these. See these gaps? If you walk through this, you will fall off. But here on these ones, I don't think you even can fall off. See, yeah, you can't. It blocks you. I'm clicking left right now. I'm clicking left. Nothing's happening. Yeah. So it's only through the gaps you can fall down. So you can pretty much walk straight, but you can also zigzag a little bit. Yeah. When you get across this bridge, there's always a bit of wood on the right here. So you can grab that. How cold are we? We're still a little bit off hypothermia. We could start a fire right now, but you know, it's not that cold. The weather's okay. I'm gonna get there faster just by running, I think. Might make a fire on the way, but not right here. Then it's this way. I'm just gonna loot these sticks. This is a Polaroid location. If you found a Polaroid, it's common that this is the area that you would map out. So again, if you don't know where we are, that's Angler's Den. Right there, you see it? There's Angler's Den right there. And this way here is the way to Timber Wolf Mountain. Okay. Let's go. Let's grab all of these. More wood. We're not going to climb, we're going to harvest. I think we will make a fire up here just to take a little bit less damage, because I want to do things a bit slow to explain the process as well. So I'll make a fire in a little bit. I'll show you where. Okay. Let's head up here. We're going to the alcove now in a sec. So, is this it? Yeah, so here we are. Here's a little like refuge. So you get here, and what people usually do, they get here, and then they, you know, stick, then they loot, go over here, and then they loot this. Oh, there's rose hips here. Oh, more rose hips. And then more rose hips, and some wood, and then it, oh nice, and then they keep moving. But what you need to do is actually stop and turn around. And over here, you can find really good loot. Right here. Today, there is nothing. So I was really unlucky today. Nothing for me today. But normally, right here, when you come around the corner, right here, you should always look to the right and check here. Because you can find a storm lantern, you can find rope, you can find a bear coat laying here. I've only found it once myself, but that's a huge win. We didn't find it today though. This place is warm. You see it's only 1 degree here, while over here it's -9 degrees. So this place right here is a shelter location. I'm actually going to warm up a little bit here just to avoid taking too much damage. Normally if I was playing for myself, just me playing, I would not stop it. I would just ignore the cold, take the damage, and head straight to the gold mine. I don't care. I'll just regenerate it. That's what I'm going to do. But I'm taking it a bit slower. I'm also explaining things. And when you're playing this and you're on Nash Canyon, maybe you're not as familiar with the territory as I am. So you're going to take it a bit slower, and you want to be warm. This is the first sort of protected area that we have. So we're going to use this to our advantage and just warm up. And I'm going to grab some more torches. I mean, I have 8. That's fine. Let's cook. How much water do I have? I have a lot of water actually. We don't need that. What we can do is we can warm up some teas. If you didn't know this already, you can cook things by placing them next to fires. So these ones are already cooked, so this is warming up. But let's say we wanted to cook this, and just to illustrate, we might as well do it. If I wanted to eat this soup, I actually don't want to eat it because I don't have an opener. I don't have a can opener. So if I open this, I have to smash it open, so I lose calories, which is not great. However, if you have a can opener or a knife or a hatchet, you can open it and it's not smashed. However, for today, I'm gonna not save it. Normally in a run, I would just save these and keep them till later until I have an opener. Now you see these are ready, and in half an hour they're gonna get burnt. Now, if I wanted to cook this, I could place it on here, which is what we usually do, or you would put this down, and then you choose cooking, and you choose this. But what you can do is you can just select it and place it near a fire, and it will cook. It will usually take a little bit longer to do, though. That's the only thing. You see, now it's cooking. It's 20 minutes. It's at 10 minutes actually first. You notice? That's because you can reset the timer. So now it's hot. You can take this out. You can take it back. People tend to do things like this. It changes the timer. You can also just do like this. It's a little bit fiddly, but that's one way of keeping things warm. We don't have anything to cook, but we can leave that. We can create this. Then I want to keep moving. I don't want to hang around here. Oh, it got windy, but it's not a blizzard, so that's okay. Let's take this. We're not going to eat it though. Let's see if this can hold. Let's keep moving to the gold mine. As you can see, we're barely cold at all now once we're sheltered. So. Alright, so now we're coming up to another hidden loot that people also forget, but this one is always there. And this is the guaranteed stim of Ash Canyon. When you get through this passageway, so we now just came from this alcove, and there's this little sign here. You go here, and you keep walking, and when you get to this place, most people will be like, oh look, a cave, let's go and explore. But what you again need to do is stop and turn around. What's this? A stim.
I think I can use
And
this.
now you have the stim of Ash Canyon. We actually have 2 stims because we found one in the first aid kit. So yeah, that's very easy to miss because you just walk past it. Very easy. But that is always there on Interloper. It's a guaranteed loot. It will always be there. And it's okay, we might as well check for some wood and stuff. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of coal in the mine, but it's okay. Alright. And now we're coming up to the gold mine itself. And we have not found the rope. And I'm going to show you what you do about that if you get that problem. I'm going to get some cold back. So I'm going to drink this tea. And you'll see it will warm me up. See? My heat went back up. And that's how you should use teas. Use them to warm up so you don't get cold. There we are. And there's a flare. There's very often something laying about it. It's not a flare, it's an accelerant. And as you know, this is the rope anchor. So you would deploy a rope here. We don't have one. And then you climb down. And there's the gold mine right there. So close yet so far away. We don't have a rope. But you don't need a rope. But I'm going to still show you how to do it with a rope. So if you don't want a chance billy goating down, we need to get the rope. We couldn't find one. Very often you'll find a rope going there. You'll find it in Minus Folly, that bridge, or the alcove we just at. But if you don't have it, if you get all this way and like, oh damn it, I don't have a rope, I'll show you where to get one. Because you can go over here. This is the way out of the gold mine, rather than going all the way back. Because there's a different route to take back. And there are 3 ropes over here that leads out of the gold mine area. And if you take those ropes down, you will get to an area that leads you to Timorwolf Mountain or back to Angler's Den. But what we're going to do, we're just going to steal the rope. We're going to take the rope from here and just use that. So it should be around the corner here. Oh, that blew out. So here it is. So this rope here is a big rope. Goes all the way down here. There's 3 of them. But we're not going to need that, so we're going to actually take this... No. Whoops. That was not the intention, sorry. We're going to take it. We're going to take the rope. The only thing now is you can't climb back up, is the only thing. I'm a little bit heavy, but that's okay. So let's go back now. We're walking a bit slow because we're walking against the wind. There we are, keep going. And then when you finish with the gold mine, you can either come back and just put it back, or you can take the shortcut. The reason you shouldn't be too bothered about this rope is because, for one thing, once you have looted the gold mine,
Sure getting cold.
once you have looted the gold mine, you are probably not going to go back here again. You might come back here once just to check. Was there something you missed? Have another look around, you know. But it's not an area you're going to hang out in. So taking that rope means that you can't. It means you can't use the shortcut to get back up here. But you're not going to use that shortcut anyway. And even if you were to use that shortcut of climbing the rope back up here, I highly recommend you don't do it. It's really, really risky. You can get killed doing it. And I'll explain more when we get those ropes. So now we're going to take this rope and attach it here. So we stole a rope from nearby anchor, attach it here, and now all you need to do is to just climb down. Now we're a bit heavy, so it won't let us. But if this was the case and I wanted to go down here, I would just, you know, drop this probably. And then I would grab the rope and I would start climbing down. But I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to show you how to get down there without the rope. It's very, very easy. Now, most places in the long dark you can billy goat down. You can just climb down on the sides. It's really not hard at all. But some places are harder than others. But this one is very easy, and I'll show you. So, if you get to this place and you don't have a rope, you can do what I just did and attach a rope like this by stealing it from wherever. Or if you found one, just attach that. But let's say you don't want to do that. Or you're so heavy you can't climb down even if you dump all your stuff. Let's say that's the case. Well, if that's the case, you go this way I'm going now. You're looking at the anchor, and then you go this way. You go around this little rock, and around by this birch, through these 2 trees here, and then down here, and then it's just this slope down here. You can pretty much just walk down here like this. See, slope. It looks steep and scary, but you can just crouch if you want to be careful like this. That reduces the chance of sprains as well. Just crouch down like this. Doopy-doo. Nice and easy. No problem. I'm just holding forward right now and crouching. Just having a little hop down. You know, being very Bob Ross, just having a joyful little dance. And, you know, and I'm going down. And it's no problem. And now I'm down. And here we are. We are now down the rope. And voila! We are in the gold mine. And there's some rabbits, so if you want some more food, and actually maybe I should kill one. Just in case there isn't much in the mine itself. Might kill 2 actually. Where did the stone go? Oh, there it is. Oops, I missed. And before we go into the gold mine, there's a corpse to loot over here. There's a lot of birch, as you can see. 4 birch here. A lot. That's great. But over here, there's usually a corpse. Let's go and grab that first. Let's see, is it here? Doesn't. Yeah, it is. Here it is. And here's the feathers. Let's grab these. Down here is the wolf nest, I believe. Is that the wolf nest? I actually don't want to check because I guess I don't get back up. Anyway. No wolves to scare us here. So now we're going to head into the mine itself. It will probably be warm enough. Let's leave the bunnies. I can't be bothered to chase one down. I think I have found cattails here, but it's rare. Is that a bunny? No. Now, before we actually enter the mine itself, there's 1 or 2 things you can loot. Here's one, a little plastic container. It's nice to check crates as well, but nothing really there. And then over here there's a little like coal shaft or whatever, cabinet. Okay, check that. Nothing there. Okay. And then we're gonna enter the mine. So here we are. As you can see, I'm quite low on health, but because I know I'm going to a bed now, and inside where it's warm, I'm really not that bothered about it, you know. You can heal it back up. Okay, we're warm, but we can't see anything. So we're going to light the torch and warm up. And I'm going to try and maintain this well-fed here, so I'm going to eat. But we'll see how we get on with that. Let's do another one. Actually, do I have mushrooms or anything? No, so I have to be a bit careful. If I get food poisoning, I don't have any way to cure it, unless I get antibiotics. So here's the first round of loot in the mine. More matches. Actually, I think these matches are also guaranteed. Yes, this is also guaranteed. They are always here. It's just you don't usually think of these matches when you think of guaranteed matches, because you are nowhere near this place when you spawn. So you're never going to have them handy. You're always going to find other matches before you find these. But yeah, they are guaranteed. Wolf Scarf, decent condition. Nice. Accelerant. Check the container. There's usually a book here as well. Beans, nice. There's the book, yeah. We'll grab all of this stuff. And so we're a bit heavy now, so we're going to be a bit slow. Going to be a bit cold walking on this water. How heavy are we actually? Actually, it's right. And we're going to continue. There's going to be some more coal, but other than that, nothing for a little bit. I'm grabbing all of this because I don't really mind. We might make a fire. Oh, a torch. How big is this? 100% torch. How nice. Because you can die in the gold mine. Like I said earlier, like very often an indoor location will have a fixed temperature buff that doesn't change, so you are always safe in it. But you can still die indoors if you're very close to freezing and it's night. You can freeze to death, and I have done that, and I have also done it here in the mines. I have got here, and then wait, I don't want this one. I have gotten here, and then I've gotten all ready and think, okay, let's sleep. And then then I die. So, yeah. Anyway, here we are. Here's the big loot. There we go. And we got, what is this, a Mackinac? Wow, we found a Mackinac jacket in here. Oh, and it's 96. So good. Look at that. Look at that. And we have these crampons as well that we can use. That makes you a little bit less drained. Now, the crampons, we could put them on right away. But the problem is that the crampons don't actually do anything. They only help when you climb. They also help when you go on weak ice. So in Fallen Musket, for example, these are very handy because you can cross ice better. So for that, they are quite useful, and for climbing ropes. But for walking around with them, though, does nothing. It doesn't really do anything. And if you get attacked by a wolf or something, then they might take damage. And there's no way to repair them, which is annoying. They might patch that in later, and maybe you can repair them in the future. But as of today, which is September 2021, you can't repair them. So I'm going to take them off. Then we have a tinder plug, some sardines, candy bar. I always pick up these notes. And more accelerant. More coal. We'll take the can. I guess we don't really need it. Let's loot this quickly as well. Even on workbench, there's usually a corpse. This guy. And then, of course, we have the creme de la creme itself, which is the technical backpack, which is what you want. So if you didn't know already, this technical backpack will permanently give you +5 kilos to carry, which is fantastic. You don't need to equip it, just grab it. One thing though you can bug, if you click on the backpack like this, and then you click to leave it, so you put it back, you leave it, you don't pick up. If you do that, it can actually disappear. you can't actually get it back. So that's no good. So you're going to take it. And there we go. Technical backpack. We now have +5, permanently +5. And then you can get another +5 by being well fed, which is what we're going for. And you can get another +5 with the moose satchel, so you can carry 45, which is fantastic. Now there's one more thing to loot over here. There is the like coal storage, whatever it's called, supply bin. We got wood and granola bar. Okay. Okay. So now we're gonna sleep here. It's getting dark. How cold is it? We're pretty warm. I don't think we need a fire for this. I don't think, but we might still make one just to get some more torches, cook a few bits. Oh damn, I forgot to eat, so I lost the well fed. Whoops. Sorry, while talking I wasn't paying attention, so I was not following the health meter, so we lost the progression of well fed, but that's okay. We're only we survived one day, haven't we? So who cares? Doesn't matter. Okay, do I have any books? I do, but I'm not using that. We're gonna use a stick. Could use accelerant because I got so much of it, but we're in a safe place. It's best to keep accelerant for emergencies. So I usually, in the beginning of runs especially, I always carry 1 accelerant on me at all times, just in case you need to very quickly make a fire, whether it's against a wolf or whatever. But just to get that done. But in late games I don't usually bother. In late game the fire chance is so high and it's so fast, who cares? That's okay. I only want good torches. That's okay. That's okay. I think this is enough. Now let's see, what can I cook? We don't need water, I don't think we can cook this. Water, no, we don't need water, so leave that. Do we have to craft anything? Yeah, we got some things to craft. So I can craft, or cut this rosehip while I cook another. We'll level some cooking while we're at it. Let's just keep doing that. Oh, the fire's gonna go out. That's okay though, we don't really need the fire anymore, but Okay, so let's see. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I actually have a rabbit, and I think I would like to harvest this for meat. Let's do that. You could use a shredding mechanic where you start harvesting and then you cancel, which will give you these little pieces, and you can level cooking faster that way. Let's do that. I'm not going to take the rest of this with me. No point. But normally, if I was playing by myself and the way I play, I would actually harvest this and take the guts and everything and carry it with me and then make the hands eventually. But that's going to attract a lot of wolves. There we go. There we are. Okay. Let's actually wait for this to die out because I want to check how cold it is. Okay, so now it's 4 degrees. Okay, so now we can sleep. We're gonna eat this. And this little piece. And I don't actually want to eat any other stuff because I can eat this at 89%. Because there's a risk that if I get food poisoning now, it's really hard to cure. I could just die from it. Okay, I think I should be fine sleeping 10 hours, but just to be safe, I'm gonna sleep 2 hours and see how the temperature changes. 4 and 5 is 9 degrees. Okay, let's see how it's now. It's still 4 and 5. Let's check 1 more hour. And we're gonna forego the 10-hour bonus. Listen to those sounds. Didn't change, so I think we'll be alright. So we're gonna sleep 10 hours now. We're actually only going to be able to sleep 9 hours because of the fatigue, but that's okay. Let's make sure we have enough calories for that, and then we'll sleep 10 hours. It's actually going to be 9 hours, and we're going to heal the maximum possible. The longest you can sleep on Interloper is 10 hours. You should never sleep more. That's because once you get to 10 hours, you're going to be dehydrated. So see, we got a lot of health back. Sounds like it's bad weather outside. We don't have as much food as I would like.
Think about his food.
So we could go for Starvation Tactic, but for the moment I'm going to maintain this stuff. We're going to get some birch tea soon, so that's okay. Let's just drink this as well. I don't think this will give us food poisoning. And we're not heavy at all. We got a lot of matches. And we'll be fine. And we have warmth bonus. We could actually repair if there's something that needs repairing. We could repair this actually. While it's the warming up outside. 30 minutes only to repair. Okay, let's do it. I thought it was longer. Oh, come on. Do it. It's 30 minutes. We can do it. Ah. That's a shame. Okay, well anyway. Let's head out of here then. Let's go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to leave Ash Canyon. And we are going to go to Timberwolf Mountain. But we might take a little detour and sleep somewhere here so that we have as much stamina as possible to climb the ropes up to the summit. Because it is, even though we don't have a bedroll, we can summit. Alternatively, because we have 2 stims, we could ignore that altogether and just use a stim to get to the summit, which maybe is an idea to do, rather than going back and forth. Of course, the issue is we haven't found a hacksaw in Ash Canyon yet. There might be one somewhere else, but we haven't found one. which means that there is a possibility that the summit doesn't have a hacksaw, in which case we'll go to the summit and we won't be able to actually loot the summit, which is annoying. Oh well, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we're gonna go out now, and let's see if it's windy. So now you get through the rear exit of the mines, and you get out here. Now you don't have to go this way. You can actually go back the way we came, climb up, and then you can attach the rope back where you found it. Alternatively, you come out here. This is the back end. This exit of the gold mine, you cannot access. You can only exit this part. I want to use the small one. You can only exit this way. You cannot go up here. So this is a one-way ticket. But I'll show you where we are. There is like a corpse over here, so... I think I saw it. Oh, it blew out. That's annoying. But here is... see this wall here? This is where the rope would be. But that's the rope that we stole. We took that rope. So now it's no longer there. Unfortunately. So we're gonna go down. But it is possible to reach the gold mine through climbing all these ropes. So this rope that was here, this rope that's here, and then also this rope that's down there. But you're climbing 3 ropes up. And yes, it is doable in one go, but it's going to completely drain you. And if you don't have a stim handy, and you do that, and you get caught in a blizzard, you can die from that. So on my main run, I did this just to try it out around day 650, and I almost died. I climbed the first 2 ropes, and then a blizzard hit me. No, that's not. I was too tired, so I decided to put the bedroll down to sleep a couple hours. Then the blizzard hit, so then I started the fire to warm myself up. And I slept another couple hours, but then the wind turned and it blew out the fire, and I didn't have any more wood. And I didn't have enough energy, but I had 1 coffee on me, so I used that coffee and I climbed up. And I survived, but that was so close to dying. So I would not recommend doing that. I would recommend not climbing the gold mine via these ropes. It's very dangerous. On lower difficulties... yay, we found the hidden cache. On lower difficulties, I was going to say, you can often find ammunition and stuff. They will be lying around these ropes. But we found the hidden cache. Nice. Anything in here? The Polaroid is in here. Nice. We don't need that, but okay. So there's usually 1 or 2 of these around in a random location. Okay, so we're going down. So now all the way back down. But you still do not have to worry about wolves, because the wolves are not here. Let's see, is there a corpse down here? Because there's sometimes loot down here. Yeah, there is, and a backpack too. So let's go and grab that. There's a little valley. It's very easy to navigate. You don't have to do what I did, you just go up there. Let's grab these. I might make a fire soon, because I don't really want to run. Because I want to save my stamina. Because what I might do is actually use a stim to get to the summit. The only issue is that if I do that, there's a risk I'm going to the summit without any hacksaw being there. So I might actually try and do it without the stim. Wow, more matches. Oh, boots, trail boots. That are better. Yeah, nice. Yeah, let's do that. Let's head out of here. How cold are we? Not that cold. Now there could be a moose here. This is one of 2 moose spawns here. So that's the only thing you gotta worry about. You can run into a moose here. And you want to pick up all the birch you want. There's a lot of birch in Ash Canyon. That's going to help us stay warm. It's going to help us heal. We got a lot of wood, I think, so we don't know how much we need of that. No, we don't need more wood. So now we are at a crossroads. So now, in this burnt forest here, we could go to the left, and that will take us back to Angler's Den. We could do that. And we can go there, we can sleep there. Alternatively, we can go to the right, which is what we're going to do. And that takes us out of Ash Canyon and to Timberwolf Mountain. And we're going to do that. I might make a fire on the way though, just to avoid taking too much cold damage. But we're going to get some of it more sheltered first. We're going to probably make the fire closer to the exits. Actually quiet it down a bit now. The wind kind of died. So once we have picked up enough birch, we'll make a fire. So this is the Birch Forest of Ash Canyon. There's a lot of birch here, so you want to pick all these up, especially this early in the game. You're going to grab all of these. Now, we're not exploring all of Ash Canyon now, because this is the spawn where we're just going to get settled, get the backpack, and then head out of here. Well, if I was visiting Ash Canyon, and I already had my bow and my gear and stuff or whatever, then I would go around and explore it, because I highly recommend that when you come to Ash Canyon again, and it's a great region, you explore every little detail. There's a lot of hidden little secrets in Ash Canyon. There's lots of little shortcuts, little hidden nooks and crannies and corners and passages, and a little backpack here and a tin of sardines there, and this and that. There's all sorts of stuff in Ash Canyon to find. And I would love to show you all of them, but there's just so many. One thing I sometimes do here, I'm not going to do it now, is I will go up here, that passage right there, and that will lead up here over this tree and up over there, this ledge. And up there there's more birch, and you'll usually find a little bit of food, like some dog food or a granola bar or something like that. And that will keep you, that's more food. But we don't really need to go there right now. I'm going to try to reach the summit without using a stim. So we're going to do the sleeping tactic I was talking about. So we're going to do that. I'm going to make a little fire first. We lost our fed again, but I'm not going to go for the well-fed bonus just yet, because it's our food is too low condition and I don't have mushrooms yet. So I'm going to go for the starvation tactic for the most part. Oh. Gross. How about that? I might actually make a fire up there. So now we're heading out of Ash Canyon, but before we head out, we are going to go one more place, and we're going to rest in that place, and then use the regained stamina to try and get to the summit without using a stim. And it should be doable, because you only need to climb 2 ropes and you're almost there. But we're going to go into this cave here first. This is the exit to Timberwolf Mountain right here. So this is where we're going to go later. There's 2 exits from Ash Canyon. This is one of them right here, this cave. So when you come out of this cave, you get this beautiful golden look here. The other one is down by the marsh or whatever it's called. But this, because it's warmer, we're going to go in here. And we're going to start a fire here. We're going to warm up a little bit. We don't even need a fire, but we're going to make one anyway. We got so many matches. We're doing really well. So let's warm up a bit. We can go in further and grab some coal or something, but we don't need to, so let's just start a fire here, warm up a bit, cook some birch and stuff like that. Okay. Go.
Come on, little fire.
Come on. There we are. Alright. Let me just check something quick. Yeah, okay. So let's see, we'll put on the fur. The fur is so heavy, so we will get rid of that. How much water do I have? A lot. Anything to cook? Yes, these. And then we'll make some birch. We'll level up some cooking while we do it. Keep at it, Astrid. More birch. We can actually drink one of them now, just to prevent some condition damage. And also warming up. More birch. Now we're going to head up to Climber's Cave. And then go somewhere where we can sleep. How much water? Now we don't have as much water. We can just do a small one here. Oh, we also do this. Craft all of this stuff. Let's eat this. I'm gonna avoid taking damage if I can for a little bit, because we're kind of low. Yeah, and maybe another one of these. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we don't need to carry this. Yeah, because we got enough food, but the issue is that they're low condition. So there's some mushrooms up ahead, so we'll be fine. And I'm gonna now place these to heat up. So we're gonna heat these up. Should be enough. And I'm going to eat these two because we're going to get a couple more. We're going to sleep by the, I forgot what it's called, like the secluded corner. That's fine. Let's grab this. Grab a torch. And then we'll take these. Okay, so we're heading back to Ash Canyon now because we're going to do one more thing. We're going to loot a couple places, but mostly we're just doing that to get to the place that we have a possibility of sleeping. So we lost visibility, that's a little shame, but we should be able to find it nonetheless. First things first, there's some cattails here usually, so let's grab those. There's some... was one there. How are we doing with tinder? Okay, fine. So that's more food. And look, we're not even cold. We're 1 degree. Because we found that Mackinac jacket. And we have a torch in addition, and we have a cold fusion. And we're warm because we drank a warm birch tea. So we have all these... Actually, that one's not working at the moment. So there's all these effects stacking up. So let's just keep going here. I think there is some mushroom, yeah. which will make us a bit more susceptible to treating food poisoning in case we were to get that. We got antiseptics, we don't need the lichen yet. Okay, so what we want to do now, we want to head up to Climber's Cave via the shortcut that exists, which is the fallen tree. Now, over here somewhere, it should be on the left. Yeah, so if you go over there, I think it is, it's the passage through this area onwards. But we're going to go this way up here. And let's go up, really. I don't think it's further up, it's just up here, isn't it? It's a bit hard to see in the dark. And I think there's a deer here. And if there is, I might harvest it. You can hear the crows. It might be the corpse, though, not the deer. Yeah. Now let's go up. Up we go. I can hear the crows. There's more mushrooms. And there's a little alcove to my right, but there's never anything there. I'm not even going to check. Ah, there is a deer. We might actually harvest that. Depending on how much there is on it, though. But feathers. Just to get some more meat. So let's just start a fire here. I'll level up some fire starting while we're at it. And let's leave a couple teas here. And we'll also make this. And while that's thawing, because you need to thaw the carcass first, in case you didn't know. If we click on it now, see, we can't do anything. But if it thaws, then we can harvest it with our hands. Before we do that, I'm just going to loot around. There's some stuff up here. There's a campfire here. You can actually, by this campfire, find the distress pistol. Which I don't think we will find today. No, we found ketchup chips. But there's usually some mushrooms and things around here, so we're going to do that quickly. Let's do that. But you can actually find the distress pistol there. It's just that it doesn't have any shells, so it doesn't really do anything. So I don't know why that is the case. I only found it once myself, but I don't really understand why the distress pistol can spawn there. It doesn't really achieve anything. Now, up here, this is the crossing to Climber's Cave, which we will be crossing in a sec. We're going to just have a look at this deer first. Let's light this torch, chain light this. This is one area that has a secret little loot area. I don't think it's here now though. But very often you would just cross this bridge, and we're going to do that in a sec. But what you can do is that there's sometimes loot under this. So what you can do is you can go under and around like this to see, and there isn't anything today. Seems to be something further up though. But sometimes there's a corpse here, a corpse sitting there. So just be aware of that. It's usually detectable by the crows, but it doesn't seem to be today. We're going to head that direction, but first we're going to go back and check on our deer and if it's thawing. Now that I have mushrooms, I'm a little bit less afraid of the food poisoning. So let's check on our dear friend. We can just take these. We don't need it. 24. Let's just dump some of these. 68, so not quite there yet. So while that's thawing, we can make some more teas. And I'm just going to go for the starvation tactics now for the most part. So. Make another liter.
So hungry.
It's alright, Astrid. We'll eat before bed. Now we can harvest this. So we're going to harvest this in half kilos. Let's cook that. I clicked 3 there, by the way, to drop the meat. The decoy. Time, yeah. Doing it in increments. Yeah, it's clearing up. That's the last one. We could also harvest the hide, and normally on my runs I usually do harvest the hides and I take them with me so that I can cure them faster. Usually that's how I do that. Okay, I think we'll just cook this as it is right now. See if there's any more feathers. The feathers will usually respawn when you start doing stuff like that. So how long is this? 40 minutes? I don't think that's practical. So we're going to leave the hide. But if you have the time, just take it with you. 13 minutes. Let's make another mushroom then.
Rest suit, I'm
That's good. Another mushroom we'll make. There we are. And now we're going to head to Climber's Cave. Oh, how clear it is. It's going to get dark soon though. So now we're getting tired. And what we're going to do, we're going to go over there, right in front, over there. On the other side, there is a hidden corner with a bed where we can sleep. So we're going to go there and check it out. And we're going to sleep there, and then we're going to head to the summit. Now, the thing is that we have about a 50% chance that the summit has a hacksaw. I'm hoping I will get the hacksaw because I don't feel my luck has been that great. I couldn't find rope, I couldn't find the bear coat, stuff like that. I couldn't, the fact the bear coat place was even empty. There wasn't really much in Minus Folly or anything. But I did find a Mackinac jacket though, and I did find the other stim, so there has been some good luck as well. And a lot of extra matches, like 2 sets of extra matches, I think. But basically the Interloper loot works by loot tables. So whenever you play Interloper, there are 4 sets of loot tables. That is to say that the big items such as hammer, hacksaw and so on, they will be in specific locations like Trapper's Cabin or the Lighthouse and so on. And they are a set. So there's like there will be 1 hammer in the Lighthouse and 1 in Trapper's and 1 in Broken Railroad and so on. And that's 1 set. But then there are 4 different sets. And when the game starts, it will choose randomly one of those 4 sets. So that the important loot items such as hacksaws, hammers and so on, they are always predetermined in where they are located. And there are, in 2 of those sets, the hacksaw is on the summit. Meaning you can go to the summit and then you can open the containers when you get there. But I don't know what set we're on, so I don't know if it will be there. Candy bar, sewing kit. This cave right here used to be the only cave in Ash Canyon that was actually warm and gave a warm bonus. Because when Ash Canyon was released, I don't know if you remember or knew this, but when Ash Canyon was released, the caves were a bit different. They didn't give a warmth bonus, they didn't give an indoor bonus, which made Ash Canyon a lot harder to live in. For this run, for our purposes, it hasn't really made much difference, but it meant that there was much fewer places you could go to stay warm. But they patched that, suggesting that was probably not intentional, or people just found it too hard, I guess. So now all the caves give a warmth bonus. But that doesn't have any practical sense for us. So this route we're doing now is the other route I was talking about that you could take to the gold mine. So you could do what I'm doing right now. We were just in Climber's Cave. I'm just getting some cattails for extra food. But straight over there, there's a rope. You can actually see it. See that? Right there is the rope. Between the trees, this red thing. Climb that rope. Then there's another rope behind it that goes up here. And this plateau here, this part, that is the last of the rope climbs. So you can, once you're up there, you cross a bridge. And once you cross that bridge, you can continue on to Miner's Folly, or you can go down to Homesteader's Respite. So, and then from Miner's Folly, you go to the gold mine, which we just did. So you're good either way. So that's how you would do that. We're not going to do that, of course. I'm just going around here, grabbing some cattails, and I think that's enough, actually. So what we're going to do now is, we're a bit slow because we're heavy and we're tired. We can sprint a little bit, though. We're now going to go above the exit to Timberwolf Mountain to a little alcove where you can sleep. And in there, we're going to sleep for the night, and then we're going to be fully rested to go to Timberwolf Mountain. So that's what we're going to do. Well, it sounds like we might get an Aurora. It sounded like the Aurora noises, but we'll see. So from... It is an Aurora. Can you hear it? Listen. Can you hear it? That's an Aurora. It has the little like noises. Oh, that's an Aurora. Yeah, that's an Aurora. Now, from Climber's Cave, which is now right there, we came from up here. That's where we just came from. We walked down. Here's Climber's Cave. There's a little shortcut to Climber's Cave right there. We're now going to go this way, straight here. Through this little passageway that's right here. I'm equipping the lowest torches just for capacity purposes. I'm going to pick up all the wood that even though I have a ton of wood, I'm still going to pick it up because we're going to sleep outdoors in the open. And now we're taking this little passageway here. This is a one-way ticket. You can't go back up after you go this way. You're going to have to go back around where we came from, although it's not a big detour. If you do come here, you'll very often find a cooking pot in the snow. Here it is. Cooking pot. Very nice. We already have 2 cooking pots though. Actually 3, so we don't need this. So I'm just going to put it there, and you know, if we came back, we'll see it. Yeah, look at that. Wow, red hills. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. We got a really, really early Aurora. A really early one. Okay, so then we have the famous towel, which we're not gonna grab, but once you go down here, boom, that's the one-way ticket. Here is a towel. For some reason, there's a towel here. We're not gonna need it for anything though, but if you need a cloth, you can go there. Weird stuff. On lower difficulty, you usually find loot there as well. We're gonna continue around here. You can see there's some birds over there, there's a corpse over there. We're heading for a bed we're going to sleep in. I'm going to cross this bridge here. Right down below us now is the crossing into this little canyon area here. There's actually a plastic container you can loot right down there. Let's continue. We're almost there. Oh, now the Aurora is in full mode. Look at that. I'm still blown away by the visuals of this game. Just look how beautiful this game is. It's just incredible. In fact, I'm not even going to talk the next minute, so you can just enjoy the scenery and the sounds. Just listen. Listen to the long dark. Just beautiful and immersive. And now we're following this little shortcut here. And if you take a left here, you head back down to the valleys. And that leads you back to the Climber's Cave, which is a detour, but you can find some loot. But if you go up here, you come to this little secret corner. You can sometimes find a Polaroid here too. Let's see. So it's just around this corner here. There we are, and here's a bed. And this is a protected area, sheltered from wind, so you can safely sleep here. It looks like it's in the open, but it's actually not in the open. It's protected by this, it's kind of like a little cave almost. But yeah, look at this. Look at the wonder that is the Long Dark, the Great Bear Island. If you're still watching, if you've gotten this far into the video and you're still watching, we'll have a code word like we did last time. And this time the code word is the Song of the Aurora. And the music cues. So we're going to sleep here. Actually kind of warm without the fire, but we're gonna make a fire here. Gonna let that fire burn, and we're gonna get fully rested, and then not sprint at all, fully rested, and we're gonna head
Come on, little fire.
to the summit. There we are. Yeah, put all of this stuff on. Well, not all of it, but most of it. And put some coal on as well. 11 hours, why not? I'm not planning on waking up. We're gonna eat all these things. Especially the smaller ones. And now we're going to sleep 10 hours. We should be safe, even though this looks like it's in the open. This fire should be protected from any wind that might happen. But at least I've never had the fire blow out here, even when a wind has hit it directly. So I don't think it's possible. But you know, could be wrong. I just got to take one more look at this amazing weather. Look at this. And the sounds, you know. Gosh. And here we are at the end of the world, staring at the light. The light of death. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. Let's go. Aurora ended. Wind picked up. Fire did not go out, as you can see. We're still alive, and it's morning. But we're going to be fully rested, so we're going to eat some more. And I'm actually going to drink a couple of these just to recover some more health. 2 of these should be fine. Actually, one of them would have been fine, but that's okay. You can sleep 2 miles, maybe 3. I think 2 is the most, but we're going to put 3 anyway. Oh, I love that. That was great. And now I am fully rested, almost full health as well. But now I'm going to grab a torch. Actually, we're going to grab a few torches because we could use some more. It's okay. Let's get some good torches. That's okay. We're going to see if we can get to the summit now. 5 torches. No, we need more than 5 torches. Usually I always carry 3 torches on me. But for this early in the game I want more torches. These are okay, but not amazing. Okay, the wind is picking up. So the torch is going to blow out anyway. We could wait it out, but there's no point. We're going to go to Tim Wolf Mountain. So let's go. So now we're going to go down where we came from. Through this little secret passageway. Oh, actually, hold on. Before I leave, one thing. We are going to drop some of these to heat up. Because that will save us some cold damage. Now it's very, very bright because of all these torches that are stacked on top of each other. It's so bright I can't even see what this says. But that's okay. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay. We'll just grab another torch. Grab these. And then we can go. And I do not want to run at all. If I can avoid it, because I want to maintain stamina. So now we're going to take a right. We're going to go down here. There's another one-way trip. You can't get back up after this. Yeah, that torch blew out. Not surprising. We'll go down here. And then we can pop down here. Let's see. Oh, there we are. You can't get back up there. So if you want to get back up there now, you have to go all the way around like we did. If you go this way, it takes you back to Climber's Cave. You got to cross the bridge and climb a fairly short rope, but you will find a little bit of loot, like a tin of sardines. If you're lucky, you'll find some matches. There might be some granola bars or a deer carcass. That's about it. Go this way, you head back to the cave that leads to Timberwolf Mountain. And that's what we're going to do. And let's drink a birch tea to warm up. See, it says hot, so then we get some warmth back, and we get warming benefit, and we generate some warmth. I'm actually going to drink another one in a minute. I actually might not need to. So yeah, we used a lot of wood there, so that was the reason I was carrying wood and carrying coal. I was carrying a lot of coal. I was picking up all the stuff. Here's the plastic container I was talking about. Let's just pick that up. Let's pick up these cattails as well. So I was picking up all the wood that I could because I wanted to sleep a good 12 hours there. So I needed wood for 12 hours to make sure I could sleep through the night and be fully rested so we can go to the summit. Because now we can go to the summit. But as I have said, you didn't need to do this. You could have gone straight through to Timberwolf Mountain earlier when we were here And then you could either ignore the summit and just went straight to Mountaineer's Hut. And, you know, then to Pleasant Valley and so on. Or you could have gone to the summit and then used a stim to climb up to the summit. That's another option. But doing it this way shows you how it can be done without any aids like a stim. Because you see now I'm pretty much fully rested while I'm equivalently past the first rope already. There we are. Let's leave Ash Canyon. I'm still going to go for the Starvation Tactic here. Okay, we're going to have to use... Now I'm going to use... No, I'm actually not going to do that because this isn't that big. This... Okay, we're going to use another match to light this. This is the passageway between Ash Canyon and Tin Wolf Mountain. We're saying goodbye to Ash Canyon, but I guarantee you, if you come back here later in the game, and you have a bow, you have a hacksaw, you have a hatchet or whatever, you should take your time, explore everything, look around, because there is a lot to find. There's a lot of little hidden areas, little nooks and crannies, a corpse there, a backpack there, a tin of sardines there, you know, saplings. There's a lot of saplings. I have been 115 days in Ash Canyon on my main run, and even after 115 days I would still go around again and find new things, find a little thing here and there. It's like, oh, that's new, I missed that the first time, oh, that's new, and so on. So there's lots of little hidden secrets. So I definitely recommend exploring Ash Canyon safely when you can. But if you spawn there, yes, you could stay there, you can live in Ash Canyon if you want, but you don't need to. We're just gonna get the technical backpack and get out of there. Now here's a wolf carcass. This is one out of up to, I think it's up to maximum 5 wolf carcasses that can spawn, which we could harvest, and we can get the hide. Oh, 2 chocolates. Which we could do, and then we can make the wolf coat. But I don't really want to spend time doing that right now. So I'm moving on. If this was me playing, the thing is, let me just put a disclaimer out there. When I play Interloper personally, I play very greedily. I am a very greedy and reckless player, and you wouldn't think so considering I survived almost 1,000 days as of today. But I am. I take a lot of chances. I'm very greedy with my life. You saw that a bit now in this tutorial. I'm using my life as a resource. I'm deliberately taking damage so that I can travel further. You know, I'm doing stuff like that. And in my main runs I do that too. And as a result, in my main run I would do things like harvest the wolf carcass, or probably even eat the wolf meat. I would hunt rabbits from day one and carry gut with me, and I would have 3 stench just moving around in the world, attracting wolves from miles around. And that's not a smart idea to do, but I do that. But I don't do that here, because when it's a tutorial, I take things a little bit slower. I narrate what I'm doing, and I also do things more how I think the average player would do it. So there's things that I would do that I don't do now, because I don't think you need a messy presentation. You need something a bit cleaner and slower and straightforward, you know? So that's why I'm dropping some of these things. So here we are. This is the exit of Ash Canyon. This takes us out to Deer Clearing in Tin Wolf Mountain, which I assume is going to be windy. But we'll see. It is windy, there's probably blowout. Yeah, so now we are in Tin Wolf Mountain. This is the Deer Clearing. And we're going to head to the summit, which is up there. I'm going to check out this cave over here first. Hello. Don't mind me. At the beginning you want to pick up all the berries and all the birch and all that stuff that you find. So that you can level up cooking, get extra warmth, get some extra calories. Hello. Bye. And taking all of this stuff because I want warmth if necessary. Well, I might have to dump some of this when we climb. Well, we'll see. What was I saying? I lost track of what I was talking about. Oh yeah. Yeah, you want to... Oh, and also over there. Over there... There's a container. Up there's the summit. We're going to the summit. Let's go this way. So, in the beginning you want to pick up everything you can that you can cook. So all the rose hips you find, all the birch tea, all the mushrooms and so on. Now a lot of people I know who play the Long Dark, they will pick up everything always. So it's like if you find rose hips that are not harvested, that's like a sin. It's like, why are there rose hips on that tree, you know, or that bush? Well, I'm a bit different. I tend to kind of ignore things. Like, here's some mushrooms. I don't think I really need them. So I'm not going to bother picking them up because I'm cold. But you can pick them up and you can use them to level up cooking. Because you really want to get cooking to level 5 as soon as possible. Because getting cooking to level 5 will give you immunity from food poisoning. It will give you immunity from parasites. Which means you can eat... ruined meat. It means you can eat bear meat and wolf meat. So if you get to cooking level 5, you're just pretty much set for life. These ones I am going to take because they're kind of like in my way. I'm still going to go for the starvation tactic. So I'm not going to eat until I sleep. Unless I can get a shitload of food on the summit. Now there is a wolf here. So we got to be a little bit careful here. We're going to get the marine flare out. This is why you keep it. Because you remember the beginning of this tutorial, we faced 4 wolves head on. 4 wolves. But with a torch and a stone. But you don't even need the stone, but the stone makes it easier. So a single torch can hold off 4 wolves. But what if it was windy? What if it was windy like it is now? Well, if you're in shelter, like I am right now, then okay, it will still work. You can use the torch. But if you're not, the torch won't work. It will blow out and the wolf's like, haha, got you now. Dinner. So that's not good. So that's why you want to keep the flares. The flares are, for me, even on my main run, which is almost day 1000, I still have at least a dozen flares. And they are for situations like this. Let me just be careful here. Is there a wolf? Wolfy wolf. It's hard to hear the wolf also because it's too noisy with the wind. There's a rabbit. No, okay. The flares for me is in the early game when I start a new run, then I might use a flare for visibility or lighting a fire until I have torches or a storm lantern or something. But once I have that, then I don't use flares anymore. But I always carry one around, especially until I have a weapon. Until I have a flare gun or a bow, I carry one with me like this. Because then if something happens, a wolf comes along or something, you're ready to defend yourself. And by the way, now we have reached a crossroad. The summit is above us. We can take 2 paths. We can take this path on the right, which leads us up the road to Eric's Falls, where there's a cave. You can stay in the swarm. There's a container sometimes. Actually, I'm not sure if it's there on Interloper. And you have to climb a rope. But if you take the left road, then you won't get that loot, but you go through a cave and stay nice and warm. then you don't have to deal with the bear, because there is a bear patrolling this area. You have to get past the bear to get around the area. We're going to take this road instead, so that we avoid the bear altogether. Now, while we're on the topic of flares, I will tell you that the flares is better than torches against wolves. As far as fire is concerned, a flare is the same as a campfire, because fire works differently against wolves. So a torch is the lowest form of fire defense against the wolf. They will stop when they'll charge you, they will stop, and then you can scare them away. But if you don't scare them away, if a wolf charges you and then stops while you hold the torch and then stands there and growls, if you don't do anything, it will attack you. However, if you have a campfire, this won't happen. The wolf will just stand there indefinitely and growl. There's our first rope. Let's go up it. The wolf will just stand there and growl, but the wolf can roll a die and still attack you, even though you're around a campfire. It can still attack you even with a campfire. It's just that it's less likely. And if you pass time especially, then it can for certain attack you through the fire. And a flare is the same as a campfire. The wolf will just not attack you at all. Yeah, maple. How about that? So that's why. So holding a flare negates the temporariness of fire. So if you have a torch, the wolf will charge you, stop, wait a few seconds where you can scare it off, and then either flee or attack you depending on what you do. However, with a flare, it will charge you and just stand there. It won't actually attack you. Okay, so this is the drawback of going this way. We can't see anything, so we need to use a match to get warm. If we don't do this, we're going to be cold. So not cold, we won't see anything. We probably have to dump some of this stuff as we climb the rope up to the summit. But that's okay. So this is how you can get to the summit without any bedroll. You can actually do it if you spawn in Tim Wolf Mountain as well. You could just... I'm not going to check every nook and cranny, by the way. You could spawn in Tim Wolf Mountain, go to the Mountaineer's Hut and so on, and then you could just go from Tim Wolf Mountain to Ash Canyon. And then once you're in Ash Canyon, you can just do what I did now in Ash Canyon. I'll take this, but I don't think I'll be able to carry it. I came from there, didn't I? I think. So if you spawn in Tim Wolf Mountain, you can just go to Ash Canyon, and then you can do exactly what I did now, and do the route, and go to Minus Folly. In fact, I would go the other way to Minus Folly if that was the case, via Climber's Cave, probably. Depends on the stamina. But in any case, you could then go to Ash Canyon, you could loot Ash Canyon, get the technical backpack, and then do what I did now, sleep in the bed, and then head to the summit. So we should be okay now, that we should have enough stamina to climb up to the summit, I believe. If not, that would be annoying and a little bit embarrassing. But if that happens, we have a stim. Again, I'm using these lower ones to get rid of carry weight. But if we don't have anything, if there's not a hacksaw at the summit, we'll still get a distress pistol and a fire striker, and we'll get usually antibiotics, and sometimes there's a book and some other stuff. We'll see. Okay. There we go. Cold, but not that cold. Let's see, does this blow out? I think the wind isn't strong enough to blow this out. So now, by the way, you're here. One thing to point out before we go to the summit: if you took the other route to the summit, you would eventually end up over here. This is where you would end up. Right? It seems like there maybe is a container. This one. And there's a cave to my right over there where you can stay in. And over there, let's actually do like this. Over right there, behind that corner there is a rope anchor. But there is no rope on that. So if you find a rope, you can take the rope over there and attach it. And then you can climb the summit easier next time. Instead of going around and climbing the rope I did now, and also going all the way on the east side to the Ash Canyon side, you know, you can just follow the river. If you have that rope in place, you can just go to Timberwolf Mountain Hut and follow the river upwards. Just follow the river. And you'll find ropes and more ropes, but you just follow the river and you will eventually get to that plateau that I just showed you, and then you can climb to the summit from there. It's much faster. It's just that you can't do that the first time, and very often there is a rope in here. Pick these up. Yeah, here it is. There's the rope. It's usually in it. Oh wow, blizzard. We might as well warm up a little bit before we climb. Just to take less damage. But it's not really necessary though.
Come on, little fire.
But there's also a good place to dump some stuff. Let's drop a couple of these. Looks like we have a full-blown blizzard on our hands. Wow. Okay, so this can be our little mini base. Oh, sorry. Let's drop these. Is there anything to cook? Yeah, more birch. Mushroom. Okay, we're going to dump some stuff here because we're going to be too heavy. Once we start climbing, we're going to be too heavy. So we're going to drop some heavy stuff. Let's drop all of this. Let's also drop some coal. We don't need this much coal anymore. Just to be lighter, to make the climb a little bit easier. We can drop this. Guess that's it. So we'll have a little bit more. We'll do one more round of cooking this stuff. How are we doing with skills actually? Oh wow, we're almost cooking level 2. Let's do this also. Alright, let's go. Let's climb the summit now. Cooking level 2. Okay, so it is a blizzard, but don't worry about that because we're right there. We're right by the summit. And if we need shelter, we can go back to the little cave we were at just now, or we can go back to the cave we came from. It doesn't matter. The rope is just ahead. You can't really miss it from here because the area here is so small. Just hug the wall on the right and you will find it. And I believe we should be able to climb the rope with our current stamina, but if we can't, then I'll use a stim. And this is also when you want to bring out the crampons. So let's drink a birch tea. And let's put on the crampons. And I think I would actually drink another birch tea for more warmth. And let's do this. Let's go. Summit. this works. The Crampons doesn't actually reduce the fatigue loss. That's an issue. It only reduces the stamina drain, not the fatigue loss. Okay, let's take a little break here. We can rest on ledges, like that. We can take another drink. Warm up even more. And we are still able to climb. Don't have much left, but we're okay. We maybe would have managed that climb in one go. Maybe, because of the Crampons, but let's not risk it. Let's take a little breather. Okay, let's continue. We don't have much energy left. We're getting close to being drained, but we have energy, and as long as it's not red, we will manage. Okay, now we're too heavy. We can't rest on the ledge now, but we should be able to get all the way up there. Barely, but we'll manage. Yeah, we're in the red. I think we should still make it. And we got it.
I can lay down and have a little sleep right here.
That was a little bit too close for comfort. It can happen, even at the end right there. Once you hit the red, you can slip and fall back down. So if you're not sure, take the stim that you found in Ash Canyon and go up. Use that and get up there. But yeah, as you saw, I got up here without any stims. Okay, there is a cave over here, which we're going to go to first. The cave should be down here. So we're going to go here first, because there's usually some loot in here. And it's also... there's another rope here, which is... yeah, that's not unusual. There's the antibiotics, and it's very often here. Sometimes there's Polaroid here as well.
I'll take it.
Oh, guns, guns, guns. We don't need this. But on lower difficulties, if you have a rifle, it's good to know that you can come here for that. There's usually only about 2 of those books in the whole game. So you have the Frontier Shooting, which is a 5-hour read or 10-hour read. But then you also have Guns, 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 which is a much longer read. 24 hours to read. 25 hours, rather. And there's only 2 of those in the game. I think maybe you can find 3. Well, anyway, just this area is quite small, so even in the blizzard you should be able to find the plane really easy. Just follow the left side of the mountain here to these limbs. Just head forward, really. If you can't see it, if you hit an edge, just follow the edge. Just don't go down anywhere. You'll see debris, like, you know, broken wings. You can see the plane here is kind of like plowed through, like there's like a dip in the snow. That's what the plane plowed through. So you just follow that. And then it should be right in front of us now. And it's a corpse. This corpse is pretty much always there. There it is. There's the tail end. Shoot this. There it is, the fuselage. The tail section. So now the question is if there's a hacksaw here. That's the big question. So there we are. So in Interloper there's a lot less containers than there are for lower difficulties. Oh, and here's our stim. So now we have
This'll come in handy.
3 stims already. And we're actually going to make a fire here regardless of whether there's a hacksaw. Just to take a moment and, you know, rest here. So let's make a fire and warm ourselves up a bit. Sure, let's use that. Actually, we can use the Guns, Guns, Buns book. We're never going to use it because we don't have any weapons. So let's light that on fire. Rare book. And then let's talk about the summit a little bit. Let's put on a couple of coal. Stick. we can put some of this. I'll leave this fine. Let's eat a couple of these to avoid some damage. Alright, so we're at the summit now. We're in the tail section. If I had a hacksaw, we could now immediately start opening these. And we'll find good loot. But we don't have one. But there could be one around. So we're going to look. Usually it's on the other side of this or over here. So let's check. Is there a hacksaw?
I hate being cold.
No hacksaw.
I really do.
Yeah. Okay, what about on this side? Is there a hacksaw here? No hacksaw. That's not good. But matches. Look at how many matches there are. Look at that. An accelerant too. And of course, the most powerful weapon in the game, the distress pistol. This pistol can one-shot anything. Well, except rabbits. Rabbits are immune for some reason. Even a moose can be one-shot with this. Let's look around some more. We found a hammer, so that's great. We're ready to go forging. And you know, we got a lot of coal and we'll find more coal, so that's good. Let's look around some more. Fire striker. Place your bets. 52% fire striker. Very nice. Oops. Fire torch. That was not meant to happen. We'll check this guy as well in a sec. I'm just going to look around a little bit first. If there's anything else. Need this. Now let's just look around if there is anything I missed. No. Okay, so one of these crates, most likely this crate or this one, are going to have loot in it as well. So we're going to make another fire about here. Just to not take too much coal damage. And we're going to break that down. Usually it's something like matches or scrap metal or something. But we'll have a look. Doesn't matter if that gets evaporated. I don't really care about that. Let's see. We'll use the hammer. Nothing in that one, then it's probably this one here. Alright, let's see. So this one. It is this one. So there's 3 ropes. So there's a rope here. There's a rope in the cave we went to, and there's a rope down as well. So yeah, that's a lot of ropes. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a hacksaw, so I can't open any of these. Which is a shame, because in here you would find, coffee and tea, food, clothing, tools, lots of good stuff. So unfortunately we took the trip up here without getting the big rewards for it, unfortunately. But we couldn't know that because we didn't know whether the hacksaw was up here. So most likely, because the hacksaw is not here, the hacksaw is probably in the fishing hut or in the mountaineer's hut itself, which we'll go and check. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind here. First of all, we have the distress pistol, which we found. The distress pistol is the strongest weapon in the game, and if you have this, you are really safe. If you just walk around with this, you're walking about just carrying this, then if a wolf suddenly appears, you just boom, shoot, and the wolf will flee. Even bears will flee from this weapon. Even moose will flee from this weapon. Anything flees from it. So if you have this in your hand and move about, you know, if a sudden wolf appears, you can just very quickly shoot. It happens very fast. You're always ready. Don't, if you can, avoid walking around like this and then be like, oh shit, wolf, hold on, like, just carry it with you. Or have a torch, of course, alternatively. But just have it with you. And if you want to, you can use it for hunting. For bears and moose. Just wait for them to get close and shoot them in the face. And they can go down. We could maybe do that just before we finish this tutorial, just to see if it's we can kill a bear with it. But it's not essential for this particular thing. Now another thing is that now what we're going to do is, since we didn't find a hacksaw, we don't really have any more to do here on the summit, unfortunately. But this hasn't been looted, so it would be good to go back here. Problem is that we don't have a bedroll, so going back up here would require some difficulty. If you don't find a bedroll, most likely the best solution will be to do what we just did. You go into Ash Canyon and then sleep in that bed and then go up again like we did now once you have the hacksaw. But even better would be to come back here when you have a bedroll and the hacksaw, so that you can rest on the way. You can rest in the caves and so on. The problem is you're going to have to go all the way around. You're going to have to go all the way around to get to the summit. You're starting with the Timberwolf Mountain's Hut all the way down here, and going all the way around and climbing all the ropes up. However, and I'm not going to do that now because I don't have a way to regenerate stamina, but you could take one of these ropes, this one or one of the other ones you found, take it down to Eric's Falls, which I pointed out earlier, down there, and attach a rope. There's even a shortcut if you want. There is a shortcut over this way here. If you walk over here, you can just hug the side of the mountain on the right, all the way down the summit to Eric's Falls where that rope anchor is, and then you attach a rope. I have a video showing how that's done, called Climbing Down the Summit Without Rope. I'll put a card up in the top right corner and in the description if you want to have a look at that. And if you do that, it will be easy for you to come back up the summit. Now we're not going to do that. We're actually going to head straight down to Mountain's Hut, and we're going to take the shortcut. It is super easy to get down there, I tell you. Is there any more we can cook, actually? Nah, not really. So let's just warm these things. You can easily get down the mountain and reach Mountain's Hut in like 3 minutes. It's very easy. You might get sprains, but it's very, very easy. How's the weather looking? It's not great and it's getting dark, but it should be visible enough. Yeah, it should be fine. So let's go. And I'll take you to the shortcut. This is how to get down the mountain. Maybe you're up here on the summit with a hacksaw. You opened all these containers, got a lot of good loot, and you want to go back to Mountain's Hut, but you're too heavy, so you can't climb the ropes. So what do you do then? Oh, it's easy. You just take a shortcut. And I'll show you. This is how you do it. First, you want to go down to the bottom of the plane. You should do like this, where there's also a man. And he can have double maple on him. Let's see what he's got. You got 1 maple. 2 maple. Exactly like I said. If he doesn't have that, he usually has something else. So good foods on him. And here, now we're going to go down this slope here. Follow this white slope going down the mountain. Very easy. So you just go under. And by the way, if you want to go back up the plane, if you went down here and like, oh damn, how do I get back up again? It's easy. Just go on the right there. Just go like this. Oh, ouch. And then you can go over here. or you can go over here, and then you're back. No problem. But we want to get down, so we're going to go this way. So we're just going to go down here. Let's do it carefully. And once you're here, really, it's super easy from here on. Just walk down here. You might get another sprain, like I did. I wouldn't bother fixing the sprain, because you can heal these by sleeping. So there's no point. So, and we're not going to really have any problem. We can't sprint anyway, so. Unless you sprain both wrists, so you can't equip this rest pistol, then I wouldn't bother. And then you just go down, go either way really. I guess go, I think this is a little bit faster going this way, down here. Then you get down here. Boom, bada boom. And you can go here. There's different routes you can take. It doesn't really matter how you do it. This is one way of doing it. Just head down here. This is actually a little steep. What you can just do like that. Yeah. Here. And then here. Yeah, it might take some minor fall damage if you're a bit unlucky, but should be alright. And now we're done. Here. Oh, sprained the other. The other wrist has been sprained. Well, we got a torch, so we're okay. And now we're here. Now we're down here. And from here, it's also very easy. If you go left now, you end up down in Echo Ravine. Is that a wolf? It is a wolf. But we have a torch. And a flare gun if we need to. We're kind of going against the wind, so we're really, really slow now. Yeah, so it's going very slow. Not so much because we're heavy. No, I could also do this, get rid of one. But because we're against the wind and we're tired. Very unfortunate. Oh, I might not have time to fight it. I got it.
The sun is setting.
Oh, if the wind picks up. So, be quiet. Let's drink one of these hot teas so we have. If we can find one. That's one. Oh yeah, we might as well do that. He's heading towards me now, the wolf. But if you can handle 4 wolves, you can handle 1 wolf. Okay, so now because I have 2 sprained wrists, I can't actually equip the distress pistol. But that's okay, because I can just throw the torch. So I'm just going to ignore him for now. Because just over here, you just go past the rope. Go past the rope there and over to this little ledge or cliff here. And you take this down. Very, very easy. Okay. The wind is actually picking up a bit, so just to be safe, I am going to bandage one hand. So that if this, not this wolf, but if there's another wolf, then I'm ready to fight them. Just in case. Should have actually done it as I got down there. There we go.
I'm gonna need some first aid soon.
I'm so slow because of this wind. Now we're gonna head to Tim Wolf Mountain Hut. We're gonna continue Starvation Tactics because the food hasn't been amazing. Even though we easily could have gone for the well-fed bonus. If I really wanted to, I could have gone for the well-fed bonus from day 1. And I was going to, but I forgot about the thing. But once I forgot and I lost the first day, then it was less important. You saw how much health we had. From this point on, though, I probably would go for well-fed, because from here on, you're gonna be a lot of food. From here, you know, you're gonna go to Pleasant Valley. There's food in the farm. There's cattails in the river. There's the barn, Thompson, Signal Hill, and there's the dam and Mystery Lake. It's going to be a lot of food from this point onwards. So from this point onwards, I probably would go for well-fed. It's actually not windy enough to douse this. Are these still warm? I don't think they are. No. So let's check this. Fishing up. We got another Aurora. Wow, 2 Auroras in a row. So there's a lot of cattails and stuff around here, which I would also loot. But first we're going to check this out. Ah, could be handy. Okay. Is that an Aurora wolf? Oh, yeah, look at that. See, he's bugged. That happens a lot with the Aurora wolves. They get stuck in like a howling animation. You see, he's just standing there and he's kind of just barking and howling. He's not moving. So he's stuck. But see, now my torch is not that useful because the Aurora wolves is a completely different story. The Aurora wolves will not react to fire. They will ignore your torch. They will ignore your flare. Even marine flares they will ignore. They will ignore campfires. So they will go straight at you. The distressed pistol is your last resort against an Aurora wolf. I've never done it myself, but I have heard, I believe it was Guntech who tested it, said that if you shoot the distress pistol at an Aurora wolf, there is a chance that it gets afraid and runs away. It can happen. But other than that, you don't have any choice. You have to kill it or escape. You can't fight it with fire. So here we are. We made it to Mountaineer's Hut. We are in, and here is the damn hacksaw.
I could use this.
There you are. So let's go back up to the summit then. Imagine. Yeah. Well, now if I did go back up, you know, you could open it. But and it's another, the 4th rope. So many ropes. Ski jacket. Thank you. First aid kit. Matches. These matches are guaranteed. They are always here. Then let's see what's in here. More drying rolls. Plate shards. Stuff. Okay, let's do some. So how cold is it? It's actually not that cold. Right, so these are not better. I don't think these are either. No. That being said, I want to warm up, even though this is probably okay. I think I would like to sleep at least a couple of hours with it. Let's just not take a chance. It should be alright, but the Tim Wolf Mountain Hut can be a little bit tricky in the early game. Because it's technically speaking more like a cave than a house. So you can be cold here. You should be safe though. I've never died in this building. We got so much wood that I would just plonk it on here. Just throw it on there. And oh, look how low condition everything is. Oh. I got antibiotics now, so we'll just chance it. And then we can sleep 10 hours. That should heal all the sprains and stuff. There we are. Healed all that stuff. Let's drink this. Yeah, and I'm not worried about getting food poisoning now because I'm in a much better condition. See, now it's cold, see? It's 6 and then 5, so now we're actually losing temp, sleeping -1. But because the morning has happened, it's now going to get gradually warmer and warmer. So even 3 hours, well, 2 hours, I guess it would be, we're not going to get cold. Or even if we are going to get cold, it won't be enough. Yeah, as you can see. Is it a blizzard or? No, not quite, but almost. Let's harvest. Let's just do a little inventory here. Harvest. Now we're warming up. I don't think these are much better. I guess they are a little bit better. Yeah, they are a little bit better. In which case we can harvest these. You're not cold, Astrid, don't worry. I will probably go for well fed now, so let's eat this. Alright, so now we've kind of made the end of the tutorial, but I got a couple of things more before we call it now. So, we have now spawned in Ash Canyon, and we've found the hammer. We found it at the summit. We didn't find a hacksaw, so we couldn't open the summit. And if we had been able to open the summit with a hacksaw that we found either at the summit or in Ash Canyon, we would have found a ton of good loot, and we would have been really, really warm, which would have been amazing. But, you know, we're okay. So let me show you what I would do now. We're not going to continue from here on because it's pretty straightforward. From here on, you could just watch the other tutorial because it would be the same. But let me show you what I have in mind. So I have a world map here. So here we are. This is it. So going back to paint. So this is a world map that I have just put together of all the regions of the Long Dark. They are connected in terms of they're vertical and how they're connected and so on. So some of them are flipped. Well, anyway, if we go to Ash Canyon, we're in. So right now we are here in the Timberwolf Mountain hut. This is Ash Canyon, and we did this sideways because of its orientation to Timberwolf Mountain, but that doesn't really matter. But we spawned here and went to Angler's Den, and then we went up through here and into the mines. We went and explored Miner's Folly and checked Foreman's Retreat, and then we went back, and then we did the whole loop-de-loop, checked the gold mine, came out here, and then we basically just walked all the way down here to Timberwolf Mountain, but we went up, back up here, climbed this cave, went up this plateau, and here we slept. And then we went back to Timberwolf Mountain, came out here at the deer clearing. We went up to the deer clearing and around. And then here's you can go either way, but we went this way and then into this cave. Came out on this side, climbed up here, and then we climbed the big rope up here to the summit and went to the plain, the summit here. The rope anchor I'm talking about is here. So if you find a rope, you can attach a rope here so that next time you go up to summit, you can just go this route here. Follow the river. There's a rope here you have to climb. Follow the river, and then you climb this rope, and then you are back to the summit. If you don't do that, you need to go all the way around like this again. Alternatively down here. And so you do that. But anyway, then after we got to summit, we just took the shortcut down, and now we are here. So that's what we did. And we got the hammer, we got the hacksaw. So what would happen now? Well, for the rest of the run now, I would continue through Pleasant Valley and Mystery Lake to Forlorn Muskeg. And I think we'll flip it. Let's see if we can rotate left to make it a bit easier. I would now leave Timberwolf Mountain. So the rest of this run, I would now leave Timberwolf Mountain. That's just different color. That's just blue. I would leave Timberwolf Mountain. We come back out here at Pleasant Valley. I would then head to the plane crash, which is here, where there's lots of clothes. Then I would head down to the farm, which is here. From the farm to the barn, which is here, where there is a stim. So get the stim. Possibly I would go down here to Thompson's, but not necessarily, but maybe. And then I would head probably up one of these two, up to Signal Hill, which is here, because there's really good loot there too. And then I would head through here to Mystery Lake. Or you could go through this cave here, the Signals Mine, to Desolation Point. That's another option. That's okay too. And once you get through here, you go through Winding River and into the dam. Once you get out the dam, you come out here. And then I would obviously loot the dam. Then I would probably go along the tracks down to Camp Office, loot Camp Office. Possibly go to Trappers, but not necessarily because we have so much loot. And then I will go down here to Forlorn Muskeg, check Poacher's camp here, and then yada, and forge here. So I would forge. And then I would probably go back after that to Camp Office, and this will be like a base, I assume. So that's what will happen next in this run. That's what will happen. Alternatively, you could go this way and go down through the mines to Coastal Highway. Check, maybe Lighthouse, Garage, maybe Misanthrope, and then go here via Crumbling Highway, all the way out here via Lighthouse, or there's a stim, and then forge in Riken. That's another option as well. So yeah, so that's what it would look like. That's what the rest of the run would look like. That's what all we did now was Ash Canyon. We survived. We got technical backpack. We even went to the summit on day, whatever day this is, 3 or 4. Couldn't open it because we didn't have a hacksaw, but we made it all the way here, and now we're good. We got all this stuff. So if we go back now to the game, this is day 4, I think it is. It says 5 here, but that's because of the time of day, where we haven't reached the 4th day yet. So in 3.5, let's say 4 days, because it's approaching. In 4 days, we looted the key places of Ash Canyon. We got the technical backpack, we got the hammer. We now also have a hacksaw. We found some good gear. We fought off wolves. We ignored bears. We survived. We found good loot. We even climbed the summit. We just couldn't open the summit because we didn't have a hacksaw. But now we have. But now we're good. And now also it's so much safer locations now. Now it's all houses. So especially when I get to Pleasant Valley now, I would definitely start eating all this stuff that is low condition. Because if I get food poisoning, who cares? Pop an antibiotic or reishi tea and stay in bed in the farm or something. Sleep it off. Who cares? It doesn't matter. While in Timberwolf Mountain, Ash Canyon, we're moving about, you're a little bit more exposed, it's a little bit harder, so it's higher risk. But yeah, I would definitely now take all of this stuff that I have found and take all of it basically to establish a base in Camp Office or maybe Trapper's Cabin or something, and head to Forge somewhere and make arrows. I can get more scrap metal with my hacksaw if I want. I got a lot of coal, but you don't really need to worry about that because in Fallen Muskeg and in Desolation Point there's a ton of coal, so that's not going to be an issue. Just get to the forge, find maple, find birch, pick up feathers, make arrowheads, make the bow, make arrows, and then get out there and hunt. and talk more about that in my first tutorial that you can check out. It's about 5 hours in the first tutorial. You'll see the hunting. So that's it for that tutorial. This tutorial. So that was Ash Canyon. That's how you survive an Ash Canyon run. I thought that before we leave, before we go, we could try a bear hunt with this distress pistol, just for the funs of it. So normally now I would continue this way. I would take my stuff and head this way, and head to Pleasant Valley, but and do that whole forge run. And we now survived Ash Canyon. But before we go, we can see if we can kill a bear or a moose. There's moose markings here on the way to Pleasant Valley. So why don't we just check? Let's just check if there's a moose. Is there a moose? If not, we can get the bear. I don't hear any moose noises. No, no moose. It's a bit early. You can get a moose on day 1. But it's less likely. Okay, let's get the bear instead then. We'll do that as a final finish for this tutorial. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for watching so far. Thank you for your support for this channel. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. And please let me know if you'd like other things like this, like a specific spawn. I know some people have requested Hushra Valley, which I really don't like that region. But I can one day make one. Some others have requested Timberwolf Mountain. So if you spawn in this region here, how do you survive there? And actually Timberwolf Mountain is also one of my favorite spawns. I love spawning here. It's great. So I can do that, no problem. I wish it was a bit colder. We're actually going to wait a little bit, sleep an hour. So that's another thing, but you just let me know. But thank you for the support. Let's go out with a bang and try and get this bear if we can find it. Let's go. It's really windy. It's a bit annoying. Oh, here he is. Oh, he's come all this way for us. How nice. Yeah, berry. So let's see. Let's get this bear. See if we can one-shot him. Of course, if you one-shotting a bear, both with a flare gun or a bow or a gun, is a bit RNG. It depends on whether you have a critical hit or not. So you can one-shot a bear, and there's a trick to doing it, but it's not guaranteed. You're not ever going to be guaranteed. And there's no fail-safe way of doing it. Just try and hit him in the head. But the way I do it is the Shardul way. That's how he used to do it. Which is to aim, and then when he's close, you crouch and aim at the top of his head, because then you're likely to hit him in the head. So let's try it. Maybe I'll get mauled to death. You shouldn't do this. This is not part of the tutorial. I would just keep going. Head this way. Head that way. Head to Pleasant Valleys. Keep looting. Forge. Survive. Be strong. Live. But we're not going to do that. We're going to take out Mr. Bear. Or he's going to take out us.
It's so cold.
Hello.
I want to lay down for a bit.
Are you going to... Couldn't be bothered to crouch. That wasn't nearly as dramatic as I imagined it in my head. But yeah, there you go. The bear is down. So now you can harvest all this stuff. Fantastic. We got a lot of meat. But we don't need any of this now. If this was actually the tutorial, if I decided right now that actually I want to try and kill a bear in Timberwolf Mountain before forging. Sure, why not? Kill the bear. And then you start a fire and you harvest it. Definitely get the pelt as soon as possible and the guts. Those are probably the most important. because then you can leave them here in the hut, and they can cure in the hut. And then while they're curing, you can go do something else, and then you can come back here, maybe kill another bear, or maybe this bear that has respawned, and then you can make a bear bedroll or a bear coat or something. You can get rid of this wolf as well. Wolves are a little bit harder to kill with the flare gun, just because they are oh, he's bugged. Buggy wolf incoming. Oh god. Welcome to Long Dark. Yeah, buggy wolf. One little insider tip before we go. I will put this in a different tutorial. But if you shoot the flare gun and click R to reload while it's ejecting the casing, it will actually reload faster. It's like this. See, he reloaded, or she reloaded, while ejecting the casing. You click R to do that. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's it for this tutorial. There's no need to... I could continue, of course, and show all the rest of what would happen now. But the rest of this stuff would be pretty generic. You can get that from the other tutorial. It will be exactly the same. It is literally just... Here's the world map. We are now here. Just go to Pleasant Valley, loot the big places in Pleasant Valley, Plane Crash, Farm, Barn, maybe Thompson, Signal Hill, and then you can either head to Coastal Highway and then Forge and Desolation Point, stim in the lighthouse, stim in the mines to Coastal Highway, or you could go through Winding River, loot the dam, loot the camp office, and maybe trappers. All of that's good loot. Go to Fallen Muskeg and Forge. Once you have the bow, set up a base somewhere. Maybe Mystery Lake is always the best. It connects everywhere. And then start hunting, and then you're good. And yeah, that's it. That's how you survive in Ash Canyon. And you didn't even need to do it the way I did it. You could have, if you don't really care about the technical backpack, you could have just gone into Angler's Den, looted that stuff, and then head to Timberwolf Mountain through that exit I showed you. You could have done that. You can just leave. But if you are going to stay and get the technical backpack, then you need to get there. There's kind of 3 different routes of getting there. Through the rope, through the Minus Folly Cave, and all the way around. All the way around gives more loot, but it's more tiring and more climbing. The way we did it is the fastest and safest. And you don't have to do the bear and loot Minus Folly like I did. You can just go to Angler's Den, loot Angler's Den, go through the wolf nest, and do what I showed you with the torch. If you don't have one, use a flare, or if not, maybe wait for better weather or something. And then head up through the cave, head to the gold mine, just billy goat down, go inside, loot the backpack, loot all the good stuff, and then leave. And summit, great. We summited now, but you don't need to summit. When we got to Dare Clearing, what you could have done instead is to just, once you come out of Dare Clearing, head left. And there's a rope there that takes you down. And that rope leads to over on this other side over here. And then past this bear, you come out this way instead. We came out here, but you come out this way instead. So you could have just done that. And then you come and get the hacksaw. And then you continue looting Pleasant Valley and so on. And when you find a bedroll or make a bedroll, you decide, it's time to go back to Timberwolf Mountain. And then you go back up to the summit and you loot it. So yeah, that's all there is to it. I hope you found that useful. It's just not much new in terms of the other tutorial in terms of survivability, I suppose, but it is hopefully handy in how to survive in Ash Canyon. And I was very conservative with food. I have a lot of food that I didn't eat because they're all so low condition, and I really didn't want to get food poisoning. But you easily could have gone for well-fed from day one, no problem. And if you have antibiotics or reishi tea, which isn't that hard to find. I just happen to not have one. You can cure it anyway, so it's really no problem. You can make things even easier than I did. But anyway, hope you found that useful. Let's send a little goodbye message. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye. And see you next time, survivors. Almost forgot about that. See you and survive well.